Hello all.
Hello, how are we doing tonight?
Ready for 3 hours of show choir?
Right, for
Woo!
3 hours.
Yes, yes.
I think we got 13 comps tonight. Sleep schedules be darned. We're going through them all.
I'm tired already.
Yeah.
uh, so, all right. So, welcome to the Teardown. If you didn't join us last week or you didn't see us, we did a couple of these last year. Well, we didn't do it. Will and Ethan did them last year, but there's a couple of these last year, and then we did it last weekend. If you don't know, this is basically a live reaction show where we go over comp results and all the comp show choir happenings of the after hours. So, yeah, I'm Dylan Moss. I am from Illinois.
Chris over here, live from Southern California.
Kortney over here. I run show choirs of Texas, but I'm located in Illinois right now.
Awesome. We're we got a lot of fun activities planned. We're gonna go through a lot of different results, and also we're gonna have some activities for the chat during some of our slower periods of the night. But first of all, we have a couple of results in already, and this first one may end up being the upset of the weekend, and that is the Lincoln Links Show Choir Invitational. So coming in at the number one spot, we have Grand Island Northwest 14 Karat Gold with a clean sweep, best vocals, best choreography, and a best band. They're pulling off a big upset over Lincoln Southwest Resonance. And then in the third spot, Bellevue West Connection. I definitely butchered that. Sorry. Wahoo Royalty in the third runner-up spot. Lincoln Northeast Voices in Harmony in the five, and then Grand Island Northwest Bella Vosh, and I also probably butchered that, in the six. So I'm gonna pass it to one of you guys. What's your thoughts on this?
Obviously, a big sweep here. I don't feel like any one of us kind of predicted that. We were all kind of in shock in the group chat, but obviously, it's the first comp of the season for Lincoln Southwest, and they only have the chance to kind of go up from here. So,
Yeah, I think the story here has got to be Lincoln Southwest in that second place spot. Lincoln Southwest has had a run of a few dominant seasons the last 2 seasons, with big wins over a lot of groups that just like, Gretna, a win over Gretna last year. They got no lower than third place in the entire year. And they dropped placements to groups like Mitchell and Millard West. Big, big, amazing groups. Um, Sioux City East, another powerhouse group there. And for them to drop to Grand Island Northwest is pretty significant, I would say. Um, so huge shout out to Grand Island Northwest 14 Karat Gold. They had a really interesting season last year with a first place, a second place, a third place, a fourth place, and a fifth place finish last year. The definition of inconsistency there. But interestingly enough, they did win Lincoln Links with a vocals choreography sweep in the previous year as well. It seems like early season they just can't be stopped.
All right. So yeah, the biggest story here is easily 14 Karat Gold and Lincoln Southwest. And Lincoln Southwest, they had a director change. I believe, Andrew Jacobson left to go teach at Westside, and Leighton Ware from Wahoo is now teaching at Lincoln Southwest. And I think they also had a little bit of choreographer change. Yeah, April James is no longer on the team from what ShowChoir.com says. It's now Ben Eklund, Melissa Eklund, who I believe choreographed for them last year, and Matt Watson. So yeah, definitely some turbulence with Lincoln Southwest, and going into your first comp with that kind of change, that sometimes that sometimes bites you. It definitely bites you sometimes. So overall, I think my like verdict on Lincoln Southwest is wait and see for what they do in the future. Because I know they have Standing Bear the Summit next weekend, where I believe they go up against PS PS the 10th Spectrum as well as Norris Gold at Elkhorn Excel. So I definitely think they still got a chance to win that one. So if they're able to take that one next weekend, that will definitely be a good launching point for them in the future. But so yeah, and also huge congratulations to 14 Karat Gold, big significant win for them. But yeah, just I think my verdict: wait and see with Lincoln Southwest. We'll see where they go from here. And now our other comp, as of now, that has results in. We have the Burke Bonanza clocking results in, I believe, like 6 hours earlier than last year. I think last year this thing we didn't get results from here till like 2 a.m. But for this, so the results from the Burke Bonanza 2026, in the one spot we got O'Gorman Ovation with best vocals, best visuals, best band, clean sweep there. At the number 2 spot we have the Smith Cotton New Score Singers. At the 3 spot we have their treble group Smith Cotton Cabaret. At number 4, we have Boulevard East Take 2. At the 5, we have Omaha North Explosion. And at the 6, we have Omaha Northwest Crown Point Majestics. Again, I'll toss it to you guys. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, this is just massive for O'Gorman. I just last year, I mean, I'm not sure that they've ever had a win in program history. And this year they're starting their season with 2 first place finishes. Regardless of the competition, you know, you could make an argument that this isn't the strongest field of competition, but regardless, best vocals, best visuals, best band, clean sweep at any competition is huge for this program. Especially coming off the back of winning in in Tier 2 at Sioux Falls Jefferson against Ankeny Centennial as Eternal Rush, which is no small feat. Um, so it's going to be hard to say whether or not they can keep this up over the course of the season, but it seems like their new choreography from Sam Mulligan is really making a big difference. Um, and I'm really excited to see how they finish out their season.
Yeah, same here. I mean, looking at their past, I don't think they've ever had a grand championship before the season, so that's super big. Um, Not only that, but they just came off a rough season. If you look at Ovation's last season, you have a second place finish, you have a fourth, fifth, and sixth. You never saw that grand champion. So it must feel really good for them coming off the 2 grand champs so far.
And the other story that I'm seeing right here is that Smith Cotton, second and third place, beating out Bellevue East and Omaha North and Omaha Northwest. So we have that treble group clearing 3 mixed groups in finals, which is pretty significant too. It's pretty rare that you see 2 groups from the same school back to back in in finals placement. That's pretty significant. It's got to feel good for Smith Cotton Cabaret. Um, and they are definitely a treble group to watch out in Nebraska.
Yes. So O'Gorman, not only is this a big win for their program, this is exactly what they needed. This is exactly what they needed for the future. Coming off a rough season last year, as Kortney said, as well as last comp, they did win their division. However, they did not make overall finals. So I think getting a clean sweep at this comp, exactly what they needed. They got the huge launch pad into some huge momentum, and yeah, the sky's the limit for them now. I think this, as well as Sam Mulligan on the choreography. I think that they got a lot of potential this season. I think they got potential to do some great things. This isn't actually their first grand champion in history. I think this is their first since 2017 when they won Aberdeen Central. However, I think this is their first sweep. If somebody knows in the comments that this if somebody doesn't knows about this in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is their first sweep because I don't think the competition they won last time even handed out captions. So yeah, again, big win for O'Gorman. Smith Cotton, big for their treble group, and also a solid result for their mixed. I think Smith Cotton, they used to be one of Missouri's more. They used to be a huge program in Missouri, but they've definitely fallen off the radar as of late. However, they had a solid year last year. I do believe they got a victory or two last year. I know they got one, maybe I think they might have got two. I don't remember, but yeah. And then this year, I think they put up a pair of solid results so far. So yeah, Smith Cotton, I think they're primed to be making a comeback in the Missouri show choir scene. And I think that's my thoughts on the Burke Bonanza so far. Let's see. So now let let's discuss one of our comps of the week. So if you follow Homeroom, you know what these are. Every week we pick three comps, and then we have a wild card fourth that the community votes on. And our comps of the week this week are Beaver Creek, Linn-Mar, Blue Valley, and then the wild card comp you guys voted on was Gretna Primetime. So let's start in alphabetical order. Let's go with Beaver Creek first. In Beaver Creek, we actually do have prelim placements for Beaver Creek. So the placements as of prelims were Solon Music in Motion in the 1, Noblesville NHS Singers in the 2, Loveland by Request in the 3, Piqua the Company in the 4, and then Hurricane Red Hot in the 5, and then Singers in Lebanon and Hamilton, they came after them. It doesn't say on showchoir.com their placement. I think it's in the chat somewhere. But yeah, and then the sixth finalist spot actually went to the winner of the treble division, Loveland Allure. So yeah, so you guys' thoughts on the prelim placements at Beaver Creek? I'll send it over to you guys.
Um, I feel like it's a pretty good place. Finals round. There should be a few that might be switched around at the end of the day. We all, Chris, why'd you go? This is just a big homeroom joke right now. Inside joke, guys. It's fine. But I feel like, at the end of the day, every judge is gonna have their own opinion, and we should just respect that. Chris, please take that. Take that.
Um, yeah, we have a request to join from AJ, which we will be declining. um,
Uh,
um, um, I was pretty astounded at the results of this competition, I will not lie. I have been watching Beaver Creek all day, spent many, many hours of my day, and am shocked at one placement in particular, and that is the placement of Hurricane Red Hot. Um, I really loved that show. I thought their choreography was great. Vocals are very, very hard to judge via live stream, especially that live stream, which has been having some technical difficulties all day with with like a humming in the background, with sound cutting in and out, and getting, quality up and quality down, and switching audio outputs frequently. So again, the vocals are real, real, real difficult to get a solid grasp on. But um, I still did think, based on what I saw, that Hurricane was my favorite to come as first runner up. So to see them drop to fifth is pretty mind blowing to me. But that being said, going into this competition, and even after seeing everybody, there is no bulletproof group in this competition. I think every group has a lot of strengths and a lot of flaws. Um, and every single group has a shot to win, save for probably Loveland Elwer. They just will not win over their mixed group. Judges wouldn't do that even if they were good enough. And don't think that they're really in contention for it. But that being said, again, it's a big one, this competition. A very, very stacked division, and really, I could see many things flipping over finals. I think the only caption that's really in the bag right now is maybe Solon for best vocals, but again, that's even in question just due to the quality of the live stream and what we've been able to see.
yeah, I agree with Chris. No real bulletproof group here. Just like there's a million different. there's a million different ways this thing could go, as it seems to be every year with Beaver Creek. There's a I watched I watched all of these groups on the live stream. Quality shows all around. And yeah, I was definitely and a little thing about Loveland is that they actually have Tori Brindis back this year choreographing. I think she wasn't with them the last few years, but but she's back this year, and yeah, I their choreo is amazing. Their choreo is really amazing. Uh, Obviously, Jared Voss is a great choreographer, no doubt about that. But I feel like with Tori on that team at Loveland, that just boosts their aura about 200%. It's just a different beast with Tori. But yeah, I would agree. Soul and music and motion. I do see them getting vocals. I think that's what's going to happen there. But choreo, who knows? Who knows with choreo? There's like I kind of would be shocked if this happened, but I also wouldn't be shocked if we got like fourth place best choreo here.
Yeah,
Which it's just
easily.
one of those things. The choreo race is just so tight. Noblesville blew my expectations away in choreo. I thought their choreo was fantastic. Loveland's choreo was great. Pickwa's choreo was great. I know Twin Sauce, they're on TikTok. They're like a dancing group on TikTok. They're Pickwa alums, and they actually help with their show, which is really cool. And Hurricane, their dancing was awesome as well. So yeah, just five-way race. Big five-way race for that choreo caption. That's just going to be one of the most interesting things to watch throughout the night.
I
And
agree.
also, I'd like to give
Um,
a
would
yeah,
you like to let AJ on to speak about Beaver Creek? He is
yeah. Let's do it.
in the request. Okay,
Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here for sure.
big
This is
bro.
scary. AJ gets to finally speak his mind.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Hi, my room might be dark. My hair is kind of a mess. It's fine. I need to wash it. What's up?
How we doing?
Tired. I spent all day watching that competition. I mean, I woke up at noon, so I missed. I went back and I watched South Dearborn, but then until I stopped watching just now after Loveland because I had already seen all the groups that made finals. I don't want to watch them again. Um, yeah, I think so. I would be surprised if Solon doesn't get grand champion personally. Um, but yeah, I agree. I think choreo could very well be like a weird third runner-up, best choreo situation.
Yep.
Yeah, I will say the whole weird third runner up, second runner up caption situation did actually happen at this comp a couple years ago. I remember Noblesville got third here a couple years ago, I think in 2024, and they won the vocal caption while getting third. So this comp isn't exactly immune to those weird
Mhm.
placement caption duos. So it's another reason to be excited for that result to come in. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, AJ.
Yeah, I have to go. Yeah, I don't know how to leave. Oh no.
That's my goat right there.
So so now that we just I do want to lead these Beaver Creek results into like our first little discussion piece because I don't think
Sure.
we have any results in yet.
No, currently Noblesville is on stage, which means that
Noblesville's on stage.
they're running early. It
They're running early.
seems. Yeah, it seems
Oh,
like
that's
these times are not quite accurate.
good.
Um,
Good for us.
yeah, it really. Oh wait, are they on East Coast time at Beaver Creek, or are
Yeah,
they
I think
on?
they are actually on East Coast
Okay, so
time.
then they're like running exactly on time, so we should have results for that in maybe an hour-ish.
Yeah. So, so our first discussion piece, if you were on here last weekend, we discussed who like the kings of a few circuits were going to be. I know we did Kings of Wisconsin, Kings of Iowa. So, going off of Beaver Creek, let's discuss who do we think the kings of Ohio are going to be. Who is the top three groups in Ohio going to be this season? I'll, I'll leave that to whoever wants to take it.
Chris, you want to take it first?
Sure. I think Solon is the obvious pick here. Solon was undefeated last year, and they very well could take this competition um, as well and extend their undefeated streak to, I believe, 6 competitions, if I'm not mistaken. If they do win tonight, that would, yes, it would be their 6th in a row. Um, and so that being said, I just think if you don't lose, you have to be the best. Um, I am not 100% certain, though, that they went up against the group that I'm going to put just ahead of them, and that is Marysville. Um, I do think Marysville, uh, excuse me, sorry. I do think Marysville is probably the more talented group overall. I think they have some of the best choreography, not just in Ohio, but in the national stage as well. They did compete against a stacked um, Oceanside competition last year in 2025 and took best choreo, or sorry, not took best choreo, but ended up taking choreo from Burbank NSYNC, one of uh, the country's premier groups. So I do think that those will be in competition for kind of the kings of the Ohio circuit. And I don't know. I don't know if any other group really stands out for like a third shout there. I think those two are going to really, really run Ohio this year, and I hope we get to see them compete against each other. I'm not 100% sure if their schedules line up this year. Um, but if so, that would be the biggest matchup for the Ohio circuit for sure.
Yeah, I do want to add really quick. Solon and Marysville do go up against each other this year. I think they go up against each other at Solon's last competition, actually, of the season at the Ross Legacy Showcase. I think
Perfect.
on February 28th. So
Okay.
yeah, that's going to be maybe the marquee matchup of that weekend. Solon versus Marysville. So
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna say Solon just because it was my first time watching them like live today, and they exceeded all expectations that I kind of had set for them. Um, then I don't know a lot of Ohio. You guys are probably gonna kill me for that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do Loveland. I think they have a really good chance to kind of. Oh, I'm going to. Don't you worry. I think they have a really good chance to kind of come back. Um, and be like the old Loveland, I guess. The super, yeah. Um, and then it's a tie for third. I would have to say either Piqua or like Finlay. They're both super strong programs. Chris, don't even. They are both super strong programs that have the opportunity to grow here, and kind of show everybody what show choir is all about. So.
Right. I would say for my podium, my number one, it's going to be Marysville. Their dancing is just it's phenomenal. Maybe a top 10 choreo group in the nation. I know they go up again. They took the captain from Center Grove and Burbank last year,
Yeah.
and they have the opportunity to do that again this in a couple of weeks at Olentangy. And if they do that again at Olentangy, yeah, that they might not be leaving their spot anytime soon. So yeah, Marysville definitely at the one. However, in the matchup with my number two, which would be Solon, in that matchup, while I do think choreo would kind of be set for Marysville, vocals could definitely be a little bit of a race. Because Solon's vocals were pretty incredible today. I think vocally I think this season they have the chance to set themselves as the standard vocally in Ohio. And I definitely think overall their overall shows are just amazing. They have great vocals, great visuals, great show design, and yeah, Solon. I know a lot. They graduated a huge senior class last year, and some people thought, oh, they might lose some momentum. They might not be as good as they were last year. After watching them on that stream, they're not going anywhere. They're going to be staying at the top of Ohio for at least another season, most likely even longer than that. And at the three spot, I'm going to I'm gonna go Loveland. I think they're gonna have a resurgence this year. Maybe not back to like crazy late 2010s Loveland, but definitely a huge leap in the right direction for the program. I think, like I said earlier, their show just it was aura. They just oozed aura
It
the entire.
was.
They just oozed aura the entire time, and their choreo is amazing this year. I think it's definitely a step above where it was the last couple times I watched them on the Beaver Creek live stream. And their vocals were great too. I think they got an opportunity to really remind the show choir world who they are this season, especially with Tori Brindis back on that team. Yeah, I think they've got a great season in store for them, which they'll need because they're going to go to show choir nationals later this season, and they're going to need their absolute best if they want to make finals at that competition. And I think they're going to bring their best when they do that. But that's definitely far in the future for this live stream. So, oh,
Yeah, we just received word that we now have the
I am in
unlisted Blue
distress. I am
Valley.
in distress.
Johnston and Broken Arrow are now viewable to everybody if you are on showchoir, showchoir.com. We just got a live stream for Blue Valley, so you can watch the Blue Valley finals over there with Johnston and Broken Arrow, two premier groups in their respective circuits and nationally.
I
I'm
will
so
say
hyped.
now, when Broken Arrow comes on, I'm going to disappear for 20 minutes and you guys can see my live reaction to their set because I have waited for this for months. For so long. You guys do not understand.
all right. So,
Any new results
any new
in?
results? I do not believe so.
I've got a
Um,
few. Yeah, I don't see anything.
no,
Noblesville's still going right now. They look great.
great.
But we're probably going to be running about 15 minutes behind now
Mhm.
for Beaver Creek.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
So to go off that, so for I think to go off our discussion about Loveland, I think all of us have watched a lot of sets this year, and I know we know, and everyone we always judge them off vocals, choreo, band. Those are the big three that, and also show design. Sorry, big four that we usually discuss them on. However, I think I want to discuss them on a little bit of a more fun criteria. I want to discuss who had the best aura of all the groups that we watched today. Who had the best aura? So I'll toss that to you guys.
Yeah, I haven't seen Johnston yet this year,
Mhm.
but in my mind, Johnston are the aura farming kings.
Mhm.
So although I have not seen their show and now I can watch it, which is insane, um, I'm going to be I'm going to be wagering all my aura that Johnston will have the best aura of the day. But I did think that Loveland pure aura goes. They had a bass player up on stage. That's so good. I love odd instruments being featured like that. Not that a bass is odd for a combo, but it is just not necessarily featured as much. So having that slap bass solo in the middle of their set was, yeah, that was all the aura in the world to me.
I think Salon because of their ballad female soloist, their treble soloist. Forget
Yeah.
what song it is, but it's their ballad. But she absolutely, I don't want to say she carried the whole set, but like she carried the whole set.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna go Solon here, because maybe because also that shout out that soprano who was in she popped up all over the show. Yeah, she's like what Patrick Mahomes is to the Chiefs to Solon. It's just she's like
Yeah.
MVP. Like give her the MVP or give her the best vocal caption. Just her. She gets the best vocal caption. Um, yeah, Solon mainly because they just went up there and they just they dominated. They absolutely asserted that they're the group to beat at this competition, and because they went last in prelims, they're the defending champions, and what you want to do in that situation is you got to assert that you're the defending champions for a reason. You're going last for a reason, and they just did that, and they did that in incredible fashion. I remember a lot of us, like I said earlier, a lot of us were saying, "Oh, is Solon going to be as good this year?" And yeah, they proved all of us wrong. They're as good this year, if not better. So yeah, they just went up there and ore farmed, and it was
Yeah,
pretty spectacular to watch for sure.
there's a critter.
Yeah, this is Nova. She
I
likes
know.
to be the center of attention, apparently.
Maybe one day we'll get my dog up here.
Not the baby that gained some years today. Isn't that what you said? You're like gained 40 years.
Yeah, she did. She's not a big show choir fan, I don't think. She looked pissed all day.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, it's all right though. She was excited that the whole family was on the couch, and she was just like, all right.
She's like, all
They're
right,
not paying
I'll be
attention to me,
there
but at least I can like be near them and stuff like that. So
for sure.
Right? I don't
You're
think we,
thanks.
so. All right, I
is
don't.
Solon going to love?
Is Solon going to Loveland? I don't think so. Think I think they go to Medina that weekend.
It's not up on showchoir.com, but I think you're right.
Yeah. Um. All right. No results in yet.
MC drama at Waukee?
MC drama at Waukee.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh
I'm
no.
tuning in.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got.
Oh, it just looks like they're tearing down right now.
Ah,
Okay.
they lied to us. All right. So now let's go. Let's go to another one of our comps of the week. Now let's go to honestly the one I'm most looking forward to seeing what happens with this one. That is the Linmar Supernova out in Iowa. So in our finals roster for this competition, we got Prairie the Ambassadors, Cedar Rapids Kennedy Happiness Incorporated, Waukee Northwest EOS, Hastings Riverside Company, Urbandale Studio, and Iowa City Fourth Avenue Jazz Company rounding it out. And yeah, this is a crazy, diverse, stacked comp. A lot of incredible storylines. I'm just saying it right now. If you accurately predict what happens at this competition, you're Nostradamus. You are absolutely Nostradamus. And yeah, I'm gonna send it over to you guys. What are you guys' thoughts on this competition before we get into it? Actually, let's do top three at this competition. Who do we think the top three at this competition is going to be?
In no specific order, Hastings, EOS, and let's just go Fourth Ave. Just throw it
Okay.
out there.
Okay. Um, I am a huge Waukee Northwest EOS fanboy. I think they're gonna take this one, and based on everything I've heard, I think that is what's going to happen. Um, I also really love Urbandale, and I really love Cedar Rapids Kennedy. I loved both of their shows last year and the year before. But I think that I'm going to go with Urbandale's studio at the two, and then I think I'm going to go Hastings Riverside Company at the three. Hastings is an interesting group. They tend to jump all over the place as their season goes. They tend to beat some really great competition, and then maybe fall to someone you wouldn't expect and stuff like that. But I'm really hoping that they're good this year because I am traveling to Minnesota in a week or two, and they will be one of the okay. They will be one of the groups that I see there, so I will put them wishfully in third because I just hope that they're really good.
Yeah.
Because I
So
mean, what other evidence do I have, really? It's just stacked.
it is. Yeah. This is just such a like the best early season comps are the comps that set the tone for the rest of the season, and this is just one of those comps where it's just a bunch of really great groups just coming together and hashing it out. A great start to the season. Yeah, there's a lot of big storylines happening here. Like you said, Hastings, they sometimes take a second to get the machine going. They sometimes have a little bit of a slower start than usual than some other groups, but so that could I'm definitely waiting to see if that factors into the results at all. Fourth Avenue Jazz Company coming off a huge win at Xavier last weekend, and then the most interesting one is going to be Urbandale Studio, who had a director and choreographer change this off season. I know it's Adam Brown and Kevin Chase, who are pretty much a duo from Ankeny, Visual Adrenaline last year. I remember both of those directors were on that team. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see what Kevin Chase and Adam Brown can do with that group and what kind of results. And this is like definitely a good litmus test comp for that to see what kind of results they get here. So my top three here, I'm going to go Walking Northwest at the one. They're just the group I trust the most. They're the group I trust the most to walk away with this GC. They got comp experience. They're the most known quantity here. I think I trust them to walk away with this GC. In the two spot, I'm gonna go Urbandale Studio. I think I watched their preview show, and I think their preview show is really great. I don't think this director change, choreographer change. I think there's gonna be a little turbulence, but I don't think there's gonna be a ton of turbulence with this group. I think they're still the same Urbandale, that the same great Iowa group that we all know and love. And in my three spot, I'm going to go Cedar Rapids Kennedy Happiness Incorporated. They're a group that typically does very well at this competition. They always open the season strong here, and yeah, I think they're going to have a great open to the season. I think they're going to beat out some great groups here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Hastings in that third spot. I also wouldn't be surprised to see Prairie or Iowa City in that three spot, but I think I'm going to go with Cedar Rapids Kennedy here for the three spot. So
We have results for both Nitro, Showcats Classic, and Muscatine right now. So
the Muscatine results are actually, I think the Muscatine results are weird right now because I think those are prelim results, but they're not
Oh,
like
okay.
the finals aren't on
Weird.
showchoir.com. If it's like later in the night and if this still hasn't changed, we'll discuss
for
this for sure.
Yeah,
But
wait, sorry. Oh, never mind. That's the Nitro live stream.
yeah, because the comments it says I'm guessing no finals, and then a representative from Chesterton, I think, says there are finals. So yeah,
okay.
I don't. If it gets to later in the stream and it still looks like that, we'll discuss it then. But I think
Yeah,
let's just
I see a comment that says first finalist performs in about 20 minutes, and that was an hour ago.
yeah,
So, like, more than likely, this is still going on. Oh, wait, they have a live stream.
they do.
Do I have this one? Oh, okay. Yeah, they're still performing right now, looks like.
Right. So so while Muscatine finals are going on, let's discuss the first competition out of West Virginia, the Nitro Showcats Classic. At the one spot, we have Winfield Emerald Elegance, the Winfield Treble Group, with the best vocals, best choreography, best band, best show design, best crew, and best costume. Big sweep there, big win. And then number two, we have Winfield's Mixed Group General Admission. We have Clairsville High School St. C Singers, Herbert Hoover High Impact, Huntington Illusions, and then rounding out the finals, we have Ripley Phoenix Blue. So I'm going to toss this to you guys. What are you guys thinking?
I would be so upset right now if I was in the mixed group. But congrats to Emerald Elegance. Like, that is such a huge win. Not only did you nearly sweep, I mean, technically you swept, but then you swept almost every single little award as well. Like, if I was the principal at that school, I would be proud. Sweeping the top two spots. Insane.
Yeah, I mean, as I always say, it's just so rare that a judge, even if the treble group deserves it, to put them above multiple mixed groups, just because, um, it feels like the finals are four mixed groups or so on and so forth. But here we see not only Winfield Emerald Elegance beating everyone in the field, but also beating their own mixed group. And not just beating them with best vocals, best choreography, best band, best show design, best crew, and best costumes. I mean, as about as clean of a sweep as you can get, besides best show design going to oh wait, no, they did. This is a clean sweep. Um, pretty much. And I just that is just so rare, so special, and really big for the Winfield program overall. They've always been a pretty solid West Virginia group, in that smaller circuit over there. But I'm just so shocked at the absolute dominance, um, from Winfield at this competition, and I'm really interested to see if they can continue this success. If Emerald Elegance in particular can continue this success and maybe even beat their mixed group again. Um, I'm sure that's going to be there's going to be some interesting bragging going on over at Winfield. But I'm just surprised. I didn't know Emerald Elegance had it like that. I thought if any group was going to beat their mixed group this season, or ever, it was going to be Ankeny Centennial Vortex, just because of how dominant they've been. But I just it's very very special for the treble singers at Emerald Elegance. So huge congrats to them and to the Winfield program.
So actually, this is not Emerald Elegance's first time doing this. Maybe this is, I think this is their first time doing this to the degree that they won the competition today. But they've beat their, but last year them in their mixed group actually went back and forth. And I remember at some comps Emerald Elegance won, and then at some comps their mixed group ended up beating them. And Emerald Elegance actually also did other amazing things last year. They also won a grand champion at the Cabell Midland Rhythm and Red Invitational over their mixed group. I don't think any captions were handed out at that comp, so we don't know anything about that. And they also beat Hurricane Heatwave last year at Nitro. So, and Hurricane Heatwave has long been considered the gold standard in, just like their mixed group in West Virginia, single gender show choir. Hurricane Heatwave was the gold standard. And a lot of people considered them the second best group in West Virginia after Red Hot. So so to see Emerald Elegance continue to do this, continue to beat their mixed group, to continue to beat a slew of other mixed groups, yeah, this is looking to be one of the biggest single gender program success stories we've seen in show choir in quite some time. And yeah, just opening up like this with just this like degree of win here is just monumental. It's absolutely monumental for their program, for single gender groups everywhere, honestly. So yeah, just a monumental achievement from Winfield Emerald Elegance. Yeah, just crazy. Really incredible to see. It's awesome. So,
All right,
and
boys, I'm heading out. I will be back. There's
ooh,
the puppy. Wait, puppy dog. Aw. All right,
She
guys.
knocked over my
Broken
camera.
Arrow's about to take the stage, so I'm gonna head out for about 30, and when I come back, we can discuss what I'm seeing at Tiger Takedown.
all right.
I'll be
See
right
you
back.
then.
See you in 30. All right. I'm looking. All right. As of now, I don't think we have any more comp results in. So,
I just saw a creeper on stage at Muscatine, which was interesting.
oh,
Um,
Iowa City. They're doing the Minecraft show.
oh, okay. It looks kind of fun. And yeah, Broken Arrow's setting up. Beaver
Working here,
Creek
Cindy.
is in between, I believe, Solon and Noblesville.
All right.
Walkie announcers on. So yeah, I don't think anything else new.
All right. So actually, let's do another. Let's look at another little discussion activity I put on the show sheet here. What? Actually, speaking of Blue Valley, let's discuss that. Just us, and then we'll get Courtney's thoughts after when she comes back. So,
Sounds good.
all right. So, we do have prelim placements from Blue Valley. So in first place, Johnson Innovation. From what I've heard, they're in first by quite a bit. In second place, we have Broken Arrow Tiger Rhythm. Third place, the Neo Show Coraliers. Fourth place, Carthage Senior Soundwave. Fifth place, Web City Singers. And then in sixth place in the mixed division, Rockbridge City Lights. And then the sixth finalist actually ended up being Johnston Synergy, who was Johnston's prep group. So yeah, definitely great finals slate here. Chris, who do you think the top three of this competition is going to be?
Well, first of all, I think Johnston's probably a top 10 group in the nation. I haven't quite run all the numbers yet, but I mean they are consistently year after year extremely dominant in Iowa and everywhere they go. Of course they are running, they lose to Linmar a few times in the last few seasons, but honestly, Linmar might be the number one group in the world at this point, so that's really not a knock on them. I don't see anyone in this. I do not see anybody in this lineup that can take first place from them. I think they're too dominant, they're too good, they're too flashy, they're too professional. They're going to take this. In the second spot, though, I do think Broken Arrow is a clear second place here. They have. They have just spectacular vocals. I've seen them live actually twice now, interestingly enough, both times that they've come to California since 2020. They've had amazing vocals, amazing choreography, and I think that they are the premier Oklahoma group and one of the premier groups in the nation as well. And I could see a sneaky caption steal here, maybe a best band award, something like that, maybe a best show design, and maybe even a main caption if they are really, really on their game. We know that they were very, very close to taking a caption from Center Grove at HOA LA last year, and I went to go see that competition. And Center Grove is one of the best vocal groups in the country. Broken Arrow can really sing with anybody. So I'm really interested to see how that exactly pans out, although I do still expect a Johnston sweep. I think Broken Arrow's got a shot at a caption here. In my third place, I'm actually gonna go with Johnston Synergy. Johnston's prep group is no joke. They're huge, they're talented, they can dance, they can sing, and they are proven, and they have in the past beaten many, many large mixed groups. Um, at other competitions last year, I believe, and in years past as well. Um, so I think that they are the most solid bet for third place here. But I would love to give a shout out to Neosho and to Carthage and to Web City. I think any of them could also take that third spot down. It'll really just depend on what kind of day people are having. I know Web City was really, really good last year, but they, I believe, have a bit of a new team going on over there, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I would still go Johnson Synergy as my guess. No, Web City, sorry, Web City is the same. But um, but I think Johnson Synergy will still be my third pick there.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Johnson Synergy. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, that's Blue Valley. Thank you.
Blue Valley.
Correction.
Oh,
Yeah, that's who had the new team. My mistake.
no, no. Actually, Web City, they actually are getting a new team next season. I think this is their directors last year.
That's what it was. We did talk about 14 karat gold earlier, Taylor. Absolutely crazy for them.
Yeah, just
Super happy for y'all.
crazy win right there. Crazy win. Just yeah, just don't, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
What I got to say. So, my top three here, as much as I love a good upset, I can't really see a universe where Johnson doesn't take this. They're just incredible. They're really just incredible. I mean, the only group that I feel like consistently beats them is Linmar, and Linmar is Linmar. That's like best group in
Yeah.
the nation, maybe. So yeah, they're just crazy. Honestly, in terms of like traditional show choir, they may be the best doing it in that field. Either them or Carmel, I feel like.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're unstoppable. I remember they beat Broken Arrow last year at Urbandale, and I think they're gonna do it again here. And in Broken Arrow, I'm gonna put them at my two. I think they're a great group. I love their choreo. I love what Lexi does with their choreo. It's just like it's clever. I think that's like the word I describe Broken Arrow's choreo with. It's just clever. It's like not like it's not like anything you really see, even from Lexi's other groups. And I think that just makes Broken Arrow an experience unlike any other show choir you're gonna see. I think I'm gonna have them at the two there. I think they could sneak a caption from Johnson. They could very well do that, but I just don't see them getting that overall win. And let's see, who would I have in my three? I'm gonna go Neo Show in my three. Neo Show actually has a new choreographer, Sam Mulligan, one of Sam Mulligan's many new groups this season. He has a ton, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, Neo Show, they've recently become the cream of the crop of Southwest Missouri. And I think it's gonna stay that way, and their I think their group is just they constantly put out top quality shows, and they're just an absolute powerhouse in their region. I think they're gonna get third. I could see Johnson Synergy getting third. I could see Carthage getting third. Webb City, they could make the jump, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Neo Show at the three.
Broken
And
Arrow is on as we speak.
Broken Arrow is on as we speak. And looking at our homeroom group chat, it looks like we might have results in for the Glenwood Gala. So let me look at that. No, we
New
don't.
London is in awards right now,
New
I believe
London's in
too.
awards. There's not a
Yeah.
live stream from that, I don't believe.
There is the Will Soket is streaming it from his account right now, so obviously I'm on my phone, so I can't quite get it. But he
I'm
is
on
streaming the award ceremony.
I'm on my phone too. So um,
If anybody in the chat is watching the Wisconsin Show Choir Instagram accounts live stream, please let us know when those results start to come in, and Will Soket will join us in a little bit to discuss.
yes. Um, what am I looking at? What am I looking at right now? Glenwood Gala. Yeah, nothing from them on showchoir.com yet. Well, they should be in any minute. Those should be in any minute. Looking at a couple other competitions that might have results in, doesn't
He
look
said
like it.
live stream audio.
Live
Where's he
stream.
finding a live stream?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a live stream today.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no live stream from what I can see. Um, all right. So, actually, let's go to New London. Before we get awards in, let's put our final bets in for
Sure.
who gets top two. Final bet or top three.
All
Final
right.
bets in for top three at New London. For in finals, Preble Center Stage, Milton Correlation, Mundelein Sound, Toma Limited Edition, De Pere Jam Session, and Waconia Power Company. Chris, I'll toss it to you first. Your final bets before we get these awards. Top three.
I feel pretty confident in who the three will be, and I'm not entirely confident in who will take it. I think Wakanya, De Pere, and Toma in that order would be my guess. Wakanya is a great group, and they have this really interesting early season run, um, where they're done by like early February, if that. So these kind of competitions for them, their early ones, are really, really important. Um, I have been hearing rumblings from our homeroom show choir people who are in the building at New London that De Pere has a shot at them, um, based on their performance, and so I will have to take their word for it, that it's going to be close. But I think Laconia still takes it. I think their choreography, just based on what I've seen from some of these choirs, is just a step above the competition. I could see them perhaps dropping a caption, and maybe the vocal caption, but I just don't quite see them losing first place. And then De Pere has been having a great season in 2025. I know that they picked up some pretty significant results there, and I'm pretty confident that they will be in that top three. And then Toma had a little bit of a Linsanity run a year or two ago, where they had won many competitions in a row. But I don't think this is quite that level of Toma this year that we're getting. But I do think that they might be just a step above the rest of the groups there. Although I could see Mundelein coming in for a sneaky third place.
All right. So my top three. I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna put De Pere Jam Session as my number one.
You
I'm gonna go
dog.
with it, going with the upset pick. I'm fully prepared to eat crow in about 15 minutes, but I'm going with the upset here. I think they're win it with vocals. They already got best band, and De Pere's band. Just shout out to them. I've watched De Pere live a few times, and their band's just they're fun. I think that's why they win a lot of these best band awards. Their band is just so much fun to listen to, and I think yeah, I think De Pere they're a group that's rising in Wisconsin, and I think they're going to end up taking this upset victory here. Waconia, I'm going to put them at the two with choreo. I don't think they. I mean, I think if one thing's certain is that in this competition is that Waconia gets choreo.
Yeah.
They're just so good at that. They're just one of the best choreo groups. They're so much fun to watch, and yeah, I don't. They're. I think they do get upset here, but I think they get that caption for sure. And then my three spot, I'm actually going to go with Mundelein Sound. I think they have Mundelein is a group who has a lot of success in Wisconsin. I think they won for Atkinson last year, which was a huge victory for them. And yeah, I think they're going to get open up very strong this season with a top three finish at this competition. So yeah, um, let me look at Glenwood. Is that in yet? No, Glenwood's still not in. Oh, so, so we still don't have results in for New London, I don't believe.
Yeah, Glenn. Solon is the last group at Beaver Creek.
Oh,
So after them, we'll be getting results. They're
oh,
looks like they're about a little over halfway through their show.
what am I doing? Hold on, my chat's like behind. Oh well. Um,
Man, Broken Arrow is going off right now.
let me let me hop on that live stream real quick.
They're dancing a lot harder than they were last year.
Oh, oh yeah.
Man, those costumes are so nice.
Those are
Okay.
such sick costumes.
We have two questions in. Oh, that's not a question. Um, so we have a comment from Mia Lynn. She said, "Wait, Beaver Creek Friends might just be the best name." Um, so I actually work at Diamond Bar High School, and this is one of my students. And I made this joke in one of our rehearsals, or it's not even a joke. Like I'm dead serious, but I just think Beaver Creek Friends is the best show choir name ever. So she was mentioning that, and then we also have a question about our Beaver Creek predictions from Tay, but I think we covered those already.
We did.
So we're just waiting on those to come in I don't know, maybe like 20, 30 minutes, depending on if Beaver Creek does their exhibition after this, which I think they might.
I think, yeah, they would, because I don't think they did it
I'm trying to
earlier
find
today.
let me see if I can find their yeah, yeah, they do perform. So maybe that'll be like an hour-ish before we get those final results. They're shooting for 9 p.m. for the Beaver Creek uh finals performance, but it looks like we're running a little bit ahead of that schedule somehow. Oh wait, no, we said that. Okay, no, never mind. We said that they were on East Coast time, so we're about half an hour behind, probably.
So no, doesn't look like we have any results in at the moment. So honestly, going off that comment, we could do a little discussion. What's our favorite show choir name? Let's discuss that
Ooh,
a little
ooh, ooh,
bit.
ooh.
Let's see.
Yeah, I do love me some Beaver Creek Friends. You've Got Mail is another excellent one. I think I think ma like guys group names are just always up there for me. Um, I gotta say, I really love um the groups that have kind of like their geographical um stuff like in their name. Like I love like 10th Street Edition for Linmar. Like I think that's a great name. Um and what other groups? Testosterone. I know there's a
Oh,
few of those, but that's great. Um I believe like there's like two groups that have testosterone if I'm not mistaken. That's a great one. I love Hurricane Red Hot, classic name,
great one.
for a classic group. Um, and then I think I also got to go with Powerhouse as one of my favorites for John Burroughs. I feel like year after year, they manage to really live up to that name as like just a group that is so intense and has probably the most powerful vocals of maybe any choir in the nation. Um, so I think that that's got to be where my mind goes for a few of my favorite names. But Beaver Creek Friends always takes it for me.
Yeah, Beaver Creek Friends, great name. Hurricane Red Hot's another one of mine. That's just such a great name. Um, I think my top two names actually come from the same state, which is Nebraska, which is Weston the Groove. I think that's my favorite name. I just
Mm,
love that name.
yeah, it's a good
I don't know
one.
what it is about it. It's just a great name. It's a great innovative name. You don't really see that name around that kind of name around a lot, and it works in with their like geographical, works in with their school name,
Yeah.
and then yeah, just a great name all around. My other one, Amazing Technicolor Show Choir. That's just such a great reference. Just such a great reference, and yeah. I haven't actually watched the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, I, but I don't know. It's just a great reference, a great name for a show choir. It's just so much fun. And then and then I think my other candidate actually comes from around the same circuit. I think that would be Mitchell Frendeku.
Mm.
That's just a great name. Great. I don't know. I cannot. I remember I couldn't pronounce that and actually, I think I learned how to pronounce it from. This was like a couple years ago. It was on Showcar Nation. Will and Ethan. They had like. I think Ethan pronounced it "friend de coupe," and like I think Will's
That
like
sounds like
correcting him.
Ethan.
That's yeah, and I think that's actually when I learned how to pronounce it. I think I also pronounced it "friend de coupe" for a while as well. But yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
just such a great name, such a fun name. It's just like it's a cool name to call your choir. It's just such a cool name. And yeah, that's I think those would be my top three names for sure. Let me
Hold on, I'm
look.
having a little bit of audio issues.
Mm,
Hello?
Hello? Are you able to hear me at all?
Yeah, so it's just no longer connected to my headphones, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
So I can hear you. I just got a phone call, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. So, that ends up. Oh,
all right, so I think I'm settled now. It's just not going to be my headphones working for now.
yeah. You sound fine. I don't think it really affects much. Doesn't look like
Oh,
we're
never
getting.
mind. They're working. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay, we're back. We're
awesome,
back.
awesome, awesome. All right. Doesn't look like we're still waiting on New London results. It looks like we're still waiting on Glenwood Gala results. Is there anything new for us to look at? Does not look like it at the moment. On Alaska, maybe. No, no, there's a couple. There's. It feels like there's like five that should be in any minute right now, and we're still waiting for them. Yeah. Um. Creek prediction. So. So while we wait, let's go to our last comp of the week, which is Gretna Primetime. We have gone through these way too fast. So
Let's take a look at
uh,
that.
so in our finals for Gretna Primetime, we have Lincoln East Express, Elkhorn North Adrenaline, Papillion Lavisa South Titanium, Miller North Infinity, West Side Amazing Technicolor Show Choir, and Gretna East Equinox. Chris, your top three for this.
Oh man. Well, the top two are real easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gretna East and West Side are kind of going to be in a dogfight for the winner of this competition. I'm going to give it to Gretna East tentatively. We really don't know what either of these groups are going to look like. West Side, obviously, with their huge director change. Um, and Gretna East, being a very young program, but having really, really high expectations. There is a video up of Gretna East, but I have not watched it yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do, and I think they have the chops to take Westside, especially like in this transition period. Although I do expect Westside to still be very, very good. I think maybe Gretna East can take advantage of the small amount of turbulence that there will be, this early end of the season in January 17th. The third spot, I just I just don't know. Millard North is probably my best guess, but I think there's a great chance that Papio South or Lincoln East or even Elkhorn North could come up with this third and final spot. But I'm going to go with Millard North just on vibes, really. It's gonna be a battle for that third spot.
It is. It is. Yeah. So, like Chris said, that top two feels pretty locked in. Gretna East and West Side. That's going to be a fight. That's going to be a dog fight. 'Cause I think both these groups are coming in with something big to prove.
Yeah.
I think West Side's coming in. They want to prove that they still got it with Andrew Jacobson at the helm, and Gretna East. They want to prove that that Cinderella story is still going strong with them. So yeah, just two great groups. A lot to prove with these two. I think I'm gonna go Gretna East with the win. I think Gretna East is gonna take it. I'm gonna give them best choreography with that win, And then West Side at the 2, I'm going to give West Side best vocals. I think West Side's always been a strong vocal group. I think Andrew Jacobson's a very excellent vocal director. And if there's one thing I can trust him on to do right at West Side, it's
Yeah.
vocals. So, yeah, I think that'll be my top 2. Top 3, like you said, any of these 4 groups, I would not be terribly shocked if they made that 3rd spot. I think I'm going to go Titanium. I think I'm going to go Titanium.
Hmm.
Um, and I think they've definitely been a little bit down. They haven't been like quite on the level that they were at the beginning of the 2020s, where they were up there with like the prime best groups in Nebraska. But they still are a great group. I think they're gonna continue to aim to improve. I know they have. I think they added a new program their into their no, they had a new group into their program, sorry. And that's always a great indicator of a healthy, thriving program. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Papio South of 3. Again, Millard North could take it, Lincoln East could take it, Elkhorn North could take it. I'm gonna go Papio South at the 3 spot.
All right,
Papio.
perfect. We have results from New London, and Will Soka is here to discuss. Um, it's gonna get weird, guys.
Um,
Let's see if
we-
he gets in here. There he is.
Good evening,
Hello.
everyone.
how are we doing?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, Courtney's back too.
I'm with like several members of New London Vision right now. Say hi.
Hello.
They
Hello.
just had a phenomenal host exhibition. I will see them in 3 weeks at De Pere. And we just had a Midwest Power get upset. I don't know. Have you guys talked about New London results yet?
We have not quite yet, but we have seen the message in the chat, and I'm very interested to see how this played out.
So 6th place, Green Bay Purple Center Stage. 5th place, Toma Limited Edition. 4th place, Milton Correlation. 3rd place, Mundelein Sound. 2nd place with Best Choreography, Waconia Power Company. 1st place with Best Vocals and Best Band De Pere Jam Session.
Crazy all across the board.
Wow.
Well,
Just
they added, I think, 2 judges in for finals. They added one of the critique judges and the best performer judge in. But from my intelligence, I've heard that there has not been much change from the preliminary results to the final results.
Interesting.
Okay.
interesting.
So what do you guys want to ask me about? I'm ready to guess about anything.
I would like to know personally, what, as obviously Waconia here was the big favorite.
Yeah.
What was it to you that made them vulnerable at this competition?
I think their show design is very unique this year. They're doing something of a Wheaton South last year where you have 4 longer numbers and none of them are a dedicated ballad. You kind of have tempo sections I think they have tempo sections in kind of 3 of the 4 numbers. But they never really have a full dedicated ballad. Their only costume change is like a wee ripoff are outer coats and reveal and inner vest. And so there's no real vocal showcase moments. You never are able to isolate the bass voices and say, here's a defining bass voice sound, or isolate the treble voices and just say, here's our trebles on blast for, 2.5 minutes.
Right.
This is, I feel like it's a cross between a traditional Waconia show and a non-Waconia. There we go.
Yeah, we're back.
They start out by doing American Requiem by Beyonce.
Oh, great song.
Great song.
And then they do something in the back half of that. And then they move into People Are People by Depeche Mode, which is like a trademark emo song. And
Yeah.
they moody lights going the whole time. And there aren't a ton of those like trademark, like Waconia, we're going to bash you over the head with vocals and we're going to bash you over the head with choreography. There's a lot of like just tempo sections in there. So I think ultimately their vocals are what made them vulnerable. I think their choreography was great as always. It was absolutely the most intricate set of visuals out on the field tonight. And I would argue that the execution was on par with De Pere, but the difficulty of the visuals took them over. Also of note, Waconia Megawatt did not win Best Band, which I did not see coming. Waconia Megawatt. I don't know if that factored into the final scores, but I think that was certainly a place where they lost a step as well. But I certainly don't think that the sky is falling for Waconia. They will have another crack at De Pere next week at Milton. And barring any surprise, oh, hello, Kortney's cat. Barring, barring any surprise, like phenomenal turnarounds from programs like Totino Grace or like, early 2010s Wabanzi year because Wabanzi Valley is going to be there. These should be the two groups battling for the win again. And if tonight was any indication, it's going to be very close again.
Yeah. All right.
One last question for you, Will. How do you think this indicates for the health of the Wisconsin show choir scene? I've noticed a lot of very pro-Wisconsin results occurring over these last 2 weeks. What are your thoughts on that, on the strength of the circuit as a whole?
I think it's that the state is really finally coming out of its shell after the pandemic. And I know that that seems like a wonky excuse for something that happened 5 years ago. But truly, when you look at, the numbers impact, these performers that are in show choir right now were, anywhere between roughly seventh and fourth grade when the pandemic. And so these are students who finally have been able to do things during all of their middle school years, all of their high school years, and not just said, "Oh, show choir didn't happen for, so I'm just not going to do it in the future." And so
Yeah,
we're seeing groups like De Pere post pandemic. This has undeniably been the most fruitful period in this group's 30-year history. Absolutely undeniably. Sparta, that is a program that only started competing in 2017. Lacrosse, this is a program where the directors may combine two high 20s, low 30s something groups, a very big group. And two groups that were roughly anywhere from third to sixth place groups on given weeks and turned it into a group that's a first place. And so
yeah.
mix of factors, but I am really proud of my home state. That we're finally starting to put some quality shows back on the board. The gap from 2 to 3 at this competition was tremendous, very very tremendous. Um, it was very incredibly clear that it was a team. And someone put out a very entertaining show, and I don't want to degrade them at all. And Milton, I have it on good authority, had a lot of sick this week. But there are always going to be factors like that. So I don't know if Wisconsin from top to bottom is where I'd like them to be right now, but I think we're at a point where Iowa City, Lewis Central last season, they just Waconia tonight. Sparta is Bloomington in finals at Onalaska right now. We should have results on that fairly soon. We have groups traveling to Iowa and Illinois at various points. And I think we're really coming in.
Yeah.
That's
What
it.
I'll give a question for you three. What has been the wackiest result that you've seen so far tonight? Because I'm trying to keep up on some stuff, but it's hard. My guesses are either Grand Island Northwest winning at Lynx or O'Gorman.
Um, it's gotta be. It's gotta be Grand Island Northwest winning at Lynx. I didn't expect that in a million years. I know there was I know there's going to be turbulence with Lincoln Southwest, new director, new some changes in the choreographer side of things, but I didn't expect it in a million years. I really didn't. And just to see Grand Island Northwest come out and win that's just huge for them. And yeah, just I think we're in for another year of chaos. If tonight's any indication.
We may have the craziest result of the night.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Um, 2 minutes ago, we have a comment, so take this with a bit of a grain of salt. On the Glenwood Gala results, we have Hastings Uncaged first place with Best Band. Second place, Sioux Center with Best Vocals, Best Choreography, and Best Ballad. You heard that correct. Best Vocals, Best Choreography, and second place for Sioux Center. Des Moines Christian at the 3, Norwalk at the 4, Lewis Central at the 5, and Hastings Untamed at the 6. So to answer your question,
Most of this seems like it should be falling into place, with the exception of Sioux Center. And I am not here to bash Sioux Center. I've been a Sioux Center fan since 2021, since they did a song by my favorite alternative band that nobody knows. They did "Now's the Time" by Moon Taxi, and I've been a Sioux Center Satisfaction fan. This is what, season number 6 then.
yeah,
I am a Sioux Center lover. I don't know what's changed because this is a lot better than last Center. And by golly, I've been at comps where it's been vocals and choreo in second place, and it stings. It really does.
yeah,
But shout out to Hastings. I think they are they're in a weird spot out in the middle of Nebraska, but they they make a good living. They went out to Texas last year. Lewis Central, I really don't understand what happened there.
I nor do I.
And that's just the beauty of show choir, right? Is that they're going to be left with no live streams where we just look at the results and we're like, things happen. And shout out to the people who did good.
Yeah, there was actually a Glenwood live stream. It was just in the comments, and that's why we never saw it.
Oh,
But I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know anything anymore.
welcome to how I felt doing the show last year, Chris. Like, Gretna East would win one week and then get gypped out of a vocals choreo second place at Hastings, Nebraska's comp, mind you. So it does kind of all link together in a weird intertwined sort of way. Thank you for letting me stick on for the craziest result of the night segment. I've got about a 58-minute drive home, so I will hopefully drive safely. And you guys keep holding down the fort, and I'm sure that's not our last crazy result for tonight.
Oh no. Safe travels, twin.
I
Awesome,
will be safe.
guys.
All right. That was our editor-in-chief, William Sakwe. I've
So
butchered
good.
his last name. I'm so sorry, Will.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So, Glenwood Gala. There's one every year. There is one every year. That's vocals and choreo second every season. So, I'm gonna toss this to you guys. Any words about Glenwood Gala or New London results? Anything you want to say about those?
I think
Um,
we just did. Crazy.
yeah. Um, yeah, New London, the 3 through 5 shook out not super unexpectedly. I'm a little bit surprised at how far Toma has fallen since that Cinderella season a few years ago. But I mean, dropping to Waconia is big, or beating Waconia is big for De Pere, is big for the state of Wisconsin. Um, but I think Waconia will be fine.
Yeah.
They're a group that can take weird early season losses in stride. They've done it before with their fourth place, perhaps surprisingly, at Sioux Falls Jefferson last year at their first comp of the year. And then following it up with a fifth place at Burke Bonanza, losing to Sioux Falls, Washington, Elko North, Lincoln Southwest, and Sioux City East. And then coming back later to win at Sauk Prairie over a solid Chesterton group and get more solid results from there. So I think that this is maybe a little bit of an early season slip from them, but I think that they will be back as a premier group in that Midwest area of the country. Glenwood, I don't know. I don't know. Lewis Central fifth, sure. Des Moines Christian third. Why not?
Why not?
Hastings Uncaged is a little bit crazy that they won, I think. And especially with not taking best vocals and best choreography. Their band must have been fantastic. That's all you can say. Their show design must have been nuts. But yeah, diabolical results really all around.
Yeah. I mean, I will say for Glenwood, even though they didn't get the win, that's a
Oh my
huge.
God. Sorry. We got more results. Go ahead and continue. I'll
I'm
get those
sorry.
pulled up.
So even if they didn't win, huge result for Sioux Center. Huge result for Sioux Center right here. Just beat a bunch of groups that are larger than them, groups that maybe people didn't expect to beat them. Just a big result for them. They got a bright future ahead with Kevin Chase at the choreography. And then New London, I'm going to make this quick. First of all, who called it? I got the top 3 correct. And yeah, just a big. Sorry, I gotta.
No,
hit
you're
him.
good.
And then, yeah, but just huge victory for De Pere. Waconia, they're another. I'm not worried about Waconia at all. They're just, sometimes when you do a non-traditional show like what I've heard Waconia is like, sometimes those early season results aren't what you want. But like once you hone that in a little bit, you're gonna see better results, and I think that's what the season's gonna look like for Waconia. And also Mundelein, great result, great first result. So yeah, that's all I got, and I think I I think I know what result Chris might be talking about. The Ralston Ramageddon. Is that the one?
That's it.
That's it. Because the chaos doesn't stop. It's just like this weekend last year. I think we all remember where we were when we watched the Walkie live stream and we saw Urbandale announce 5th place at that competition. So, yeah, the chaos is back. Better than ever. Grand champion, Elkhorn South Blackout. Best vocals, best choreography, best band. Second place, Sioux City East, the headliners. Third place, Elkhorn Excel. Fourth place, Standing Bear the Renegades. Fifth place, Elkhorn South Shockwave. And sixth place, Mercy Troublemakers. I got tossing it to you guys. It's
Sweep. I mean, I feel like nobody kind of expected this one. I think we all, or a lot of us, put the headliners kind of taking home the win on this one. But crazy win for Elkhorn South, and I think this will kind of maybe start a good season for them, and maybe the headliners are able to catch up later in the season. But for right now, obviously Elkhorn South is the one that came on top with every single caption only falling to one, which was the best performer.
Yeah, I am astounded um at this at Sioux City East actually falling here. Um Blackout has been a sneaky group though. Last year, getting results against Hastings, Riverside Company that is, getting results against Pius X and Papio South Titanium, and they've been around to get some good results here and there. I just I was very, very confident in Sioux City East just being that unstoppable force with 3 first places and 2 second places last year. Taking best vocals from Mitchell Frendicu and beating straight up Walkie Northwest at Bishop Heelan, and it's just it's just a little bit insane. This region has always just got results going up and down with those sneaky groups like Elkhorn South. But I'm really surprised at how it played out, the full sweep. And does this mean that Elkhorn South has better vocals than Mitchell Frendicu? Let me know. The transitive property would suggest. And then also big finals make for Mercy Troublemakers. They're not a group that I've heard a lot about, so this is probably, I would imagine, a pretty significant group for them as a treble group. Um, and also big shout out to Standing Bear. This is a young program over at Standing Bear, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a good result for them. Getting that fourth runner up. A good way to start their season. They started last year with a 6th place overall, so this is definitely an improvement from there. And if they can get some momentum going, hopefully they can pick up some more results in Nebraska.
Yeah, Elkhorn South, huge victory, huge victory. I don't think they got in the win column at all last year. So to come out with a full sweep over one of the best groups in this region last year, that's just big. That's huge for them. And then Elkhorn South, definitely a tough outing for them. Definitely a tough first outing. But overall, I think there's still a lot of season left for them. Well, that's another like wait and see group. I feel like no, I don't think we have a reason to panic yet about them at all. Just wait and see. And I will say, there's actually a little story with Sioux City East and Waconia. I think both of these groups did have tough outings today, and and these stories will end up converging at Bloomington Kennedy in a couple of weeks. So that'll definitely be a very interesting competition to see go down. And also shout out Standing Bear, very young program, very new program. I think it's only like a couple years old. I know I don't remember who's older between them and Gretna East, but I know Standing Bear, new program, getting a very solid result to start the year. And also shout out Mercy, another like lesser known program. Making finals here is big. And actually, let me check. Yeah, they didn't make finals at all last year. So for them to open up with a finals appearance this year, that's big. That's a big sign of growth from from Mercy. So huge congratulations to them for sure. So that concludes our thoughts on Ralston. What competitions we got left? We got Beaver Creek, Blue Valley, Gretna, Onalaska, Waukee, Benton, Linmar, maybe Muscatine. I don't know. That's still weird. So yeah, we still got a lot of show left. If you're still don't, so stick around. We still got quite a few show left. Some great results to come in, and yeah,
Johnston is currently on their girls' song of their set, so I think about halfway through.
Yeah, and
halfway
At
through.
Beaver
Blue Valley.
Creek just started. I don't know how that happened. They have been setting up for a while, if I'm not mistaken, but Beaver Creek is just getting on.
All right. I don't know where Waukee is at right now.
Let me
Ooh.
check. Ankeny Centennial, so last finalist.
Last finalist, so we should be getting those rewards any minute. Onalaska should be coming in any minute now. I think. Let
Same
me
with
look at.
Grenada, right?
Huh?
Grenada, Gretna, whatever.
Gretna, yeah, that one also.
Should be fine.
Gretna, that one should
Gretna
be.
is in! Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Gretna is in!
Gretna's
Gretna
in.
Shut
is
up.
in!
Oh, what in the?
Oh!
Oh no,
No!
no, guys, it's over.
Clip it! Clip it!
Clip that. Oh, what in the?
Oh!
What's going on?
I knew when you
Gretna
started
is
screaming it was
in!
game over. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Like I was about to say, when I heard that screen, I was like, "Oh no,
May I read
I was
off the
like, what
oh
results?
popped?
no, oh."
First place, Gretna East High School. Best vocals, best choreography. In second place, Millard North Infinity. In third
No!
place,
Oh,
West Side ATSC. The Amazing Technicolor Show Choir in third place. And then in fourth place, we have Titanium, Papillion, and La Vista South. Elkhorn North Adrenaline in fifth. And then Lincoln East bringing up the rear there.
okay.
Sure. Why
We
not?
we all they chose violence tonight. Show Choir
Yeah.
World chose violence. That's all I gotta say. All right. So, what do you guys think about that? What's what's your thoughts?
Kortney,
Um,
start us off. Start us off.
Oh, okay. Amazing. ATC, what happened? My babies. I feel like we're all just heartbroken right now. We're all just sitting here staring at this screen. Um,
Oh.
Congratulations to Gretna East. That wow. This is both a huge win and a huge loss at the same time. I don't think any of us kind of expected this. Maybe we thought ATSC would fall to second, but third to two amazing programs. My Shayla, exactly. Um, two amazing programs. I feel like this was always going to be a toss-up for second and third position, but at the end of the day, it's how the cookie crumbles. ATSC is coming in with a whole new director. Thank you, Nova, for getting in my way. Always, just the center of attention. But all amazing programs, all very deserving. But I think it's just a shock to the whole show choir world right now.
Yeah, Gretna East huge, first off. Again, very young program. I believe they started in 2024, so this is only their third year in existence, if I'm not
Correct.
mistaken.
Correct.
And I've heard a lot of good things. But seeing is believing, and I see a big blue first place on my screen right there. Huge congratulations to that program. Both Gretna schools are just out of this world right now in Nebraska. Millard North Infinity, I I have no words. There's a lot of these like upper middle tier groups in Nebraska, Millard North, Lincoln East, Papio South, and kind of groups like that um, in Nebraska that are very inconsistently good. Elkhorn South from earlier that we spoke about like is kind of one of those groups that are very inconsistent, but very but have a lot of results, get a lot of great results. But um, I'm just astounded a little bit at who that great result came up in this season. Um, Amazing Technicolor Show Choir falling to third place here to Millard North is it's significant to say the least. We know that they have a brand new director, the former director of Urbandale, correct? Um,
Former director of Lincoln Southwest.
sorry, of Lincoln Southwest. Um, and who has had a lot of success, and I didn't have any reason to think that Westside would be vulnerable this season, but this is just a big, big, big result. Um, I would say that I'm not hitting the panic button on Westside quite yet. Too much season left, too early on in the season. In fact, this could be just what they need to get Westside back into the conversation of being one of the best groups in the nation. Um, but I think that this is definitely a little bit of a red flag, but not panicking quite yet. We could turn around and see them at HOA Orlando on March 28th, and they could come up with a caption against LoSal or Johnson or something like that, as you would expect from ATSC. Um, but for now, definitely something to watch. Their next competition, I believe, is Millard West next week. If they take care of business there, I feel like we can say that they're back, and that they're doing all right. But that is definitely something to watch out for. I think another story here has got to be Lincoln East falling all the way to sixth place. Lincoln East is another, kind of inconsistent choir that gets some great results against some great groups and then falls other times. And this time they fell. Big result for Elkhorn North to come up on top of them in this contest. But yeah, wild. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, from what we've seen out of Nebraska so far today, we might be seeing we might be seeing a seismic shift in the balance of power in Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think Gretna East just cemented themselves as they're going to be going for that throne. They're going to be going for that top spot. I think that's the message. That's the message I'm getting from Gretna East. ATSC, again, I'm not super worried about them. Again, there's going to be some turbulence with the director change always. We just gotta. There's still plenty of season left for them. Andrew Jacobson has proven to be a very excellent director. He at Lincoln Southwest, so we will. I'm not super worried about Westside just yet. But and then Miller North, just a huge victory for Miller North here. Very much a statement after they had a season last year that maybe wasn't. They had an excellent 2024, and then they kind of went down to earth a little bit in 2025. I feel they're going back up to the stratosphere. They're back up in the stratosphere for this one for sure. This is just big result for them. And then the other story, Lincoln East. I do know that there's some like enrollment issues with Lincoln East because of the new Lincoln Standing Bear School in that area, so that could very much be affecting things with them. So yeah, Lincoln East is definitely another. We'll just have to wait and see what goes on with them group. So yeah, no, this is insane. This is insane. I am terrified for Linmar. I am terrified for that
I don't
result.
even want to look.
I don't even.
I already know Beaver Creek's gonna anger me, so
It's gonna be Beaver Creek's about to have Solon fifth.
yeah,
It's
they're in Exhibition Glen.
exhibition. Oh, on
For
Alaska, still nothing on Alaska. Oh gosh, this one might get. I'm gonna. On Alaska might get
Milwaukee,
crazy.
I think Spectrum's on stage.
Spectrum's on stage.
correct, yes.
Yes. Walkie. What else? Muscatine. I don't know what's going on with this comp. I really don't.
Muscatine is like sitting there. I don't know. It's just like
Who knows?
yapping.
Yeah. So
And
which one's gonna be
Johnson's still on stage at Blue Valley.
Johnson still on stage at Blue Valley? They're on their closer, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Beautiful yellow dresses.
Oh, I like the guys. I like the way the lighting works with like the outfits in
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh man, can Broken Arrow win? Maybe they can. At this point,
At this point, that wouldn't
Please.
even.
Please.
nothing
Please.
would shock me at this
Would that be
point.
the upset of the week if that happened? I don't know. I
I
don't know.
I
I
can't even
don't know.
keep track of all the
There's
upsets, to
too
be
many to
honest.
count now.
Too many to count. What else
All
is going on? We
right.
still got Beaver Creek, Blue Valley, on Alaska. Still nothing from them. And then Linmar. I think those are our last
Hmm.
few. Linmar. Oh
Um,
God, Linmar is gonna. Something crazy is about to happen
Tomorrow's
at
gonna be so
Linmar.
bad. We're just
um,
gonna crash out again.
It's
we don't
gonna.
have no results from Benton yet either. That's
Oh,
one I'm keeping
Benton.
my eye on.
Yeah, that's a field that can go.
Milwaukee, Ralston, we have New London. Yeah, we're about halfway through our groups. We're gonna start to get a lot of results in probably like 30, 40
This next,
minutes
yeah,
over this next. So it's gonna be rapid.
rapid fire.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see. Ankeny Centennial is tearing down, so we should be getting ready for a exhibition there.
yeah.
Um, what else do we have?
What do you guys think about that question? Do you guys think Broken Arrow will dominate in Texas?
Hmm.
You guys
Until
don't know, do you?
now, and
Uh,
my answer to this, until Broken Arrow loses the competition in Texas, yes.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well.
Yeah.
Fair, fair.
Like, I feel like I feel like it's gonna happen at some point in like the near future, but until then, I don't think
Yes,
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't bet against them. I can't.
for sure.
I think that question just comes down to being more about like the growth of Texas as
Hmm.
opposed to like Broken Arrow. Like Broken Arrow is gonna Broken Arrow for many years to come. You know, unless they lose their director or Lexi and Hannah Johnson are out there for some reason, which I don't. There's no reason to think that will happen anytime soon.
Hmm.
I, they're going to be them. They're a huge school, tons of enrollment, plenty of students, a big program, great director, great choreographer. They're going to do their thing. It's going to come down to the Texas groups growing and growing and growing, and that field growing and becoming better and better and better. So when that happens, that'll be when we'll start to see some real competition between Broken Arrow and the Texas groups. But I think until innocent until proven guilty, for Broken Arrow. Yeah, I heard about Keller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we talked about that last week, I think.
we did.
Yeah, I know it's next weekend, but if we have some extra time, could we drop prediction for Anderson? Do you think Anderson? Would you guys like
Anderson.
to do some Anderson predictions?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go.
Let's
hit
go.
you up.
So in Anderson, the Tier 1 division, Edgewood Music Warehouse, Red Castle New Hot Blues. No, Red Hot Blues. Sorry, my brain is broken. Gretna broke my brain. Glenwood Titan Fever, and Columbus North Vocal Point. In the Tier 2 division, we have Garrett Encore, Bishop Lures Minstrels, South Dearborn opening night, Columbus East Center Stage, Norwell Night Moves, and Lebanon Charisma. And they will be taking 5 finalists. So one of those small mixed groups or one of the treble groups, which is Edgewood, Newcastle, Westfield Illumination,
Yeah.
and Columbus North Stars. One of those treble groups or one of those tier 2 mixed groups will likely make finals. So yeah, 5 final spots. Who do you think is gonna Who do you think's gonna win this? Who do you think's gonna be top 3? Chris, Kortney, leaving it to you.
I feel like your favorite here is gonna be Titan Fever. Um, they're a super strong group out of Glenwood. Oh, my cat locked my computer. That's always fun. Um, they have been super strong in the past. They're choreographed by Ben Uckland. I've heard nothing but good things about them and how strong they can be. Last year was definitely off season for them. But yeah, I feel like your favorite there is Glenwood Titan Fever. Then I would move back into probably Newcastle, the Red Hot Blues taking second. Might be a caption split. And then I'm gonna do Vocal Point in third.
I I think my favorite here is going to be Newcastle. Newcastle's got a few first place results last year, not against the biggest competition or anything, but they are pretty decent. They have a great name too, Red Hot Blues. It's kind of fun. Um, I think I'm going to go Glenwood at the 2. Glenwood's definitely the favorite here, but I'm going to pick the upset here with Newcastle, and I think I'm going to go Edgewood at my 3 for Anderson next week. And then I think Westfield Illumination is a big contender to make finals from that treble division.
Right. So Glenwood is a program that's definitely fallen off the radar from where they were in the past. I think they've had a couple like down years, couple transitional years. I feel like they're due for a resurgence. I feel like they're due for one. And I think they have not won a competition since 2020. This is the best opportunity to win a competition I think they've been given since then. So I think it's all about if they take this opportunity. I think they're also the largest group in Illinois this year. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I know a
Glenwood
big.
is?
I think so, actually.
Oh, whoa, that's
I counted a
crazy.
while ago. I might be wrong on this, but like I think they're one of, if not the largest groups in Illinois. And I think, and a big reason that they fell off the radar for a lot of, is that was that they lost their numbers from the Jeff Demar years. And I think now that they got their numbers back, settling into Ben Eklund's choreography, I think they're due for a resurgence. I think they're going to get the first place here. I'm going to go Newcastle Red Hot Blues in second, Columbus North Vocal Point in third, Edgewood Music Warehouse in the 4, and I'm going to go Westfield Illumination in the 5. Westfield Illumination, they had a great result last year. They beat Fisher Sound Vocals. That's not
Yeah.
something that just happens every day.
No, not
So
at all.
yeah, I think Westfield, I think they're going to take that 5 spot. And yeah, I think that'll round out my Anderson predictions.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Beaver
Any
Creek
results?
prediction. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, it looks like Beaver Creek is still performing somehow.
Yeah.
Johnson
Linmar,
is tearing down.
We got over here.
Quinn said he's
Biggity.
oh, Quinn said he's heading to awards for Linmar, so that should be coming up
Oh,
soon.
Jesus.
Terrifying.
I don't
Walkie
want to know.
is Synergy's tearing down right now.
Oh, Spectrum.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Spectrum
Okay, I'm
Teardown.
going to go grab a drink and I will be right back.
All right. So, anything from Onalaska yet? No,
Nothing.
nothing. It feels like we should have these results, but oh well, definitely went. Oh, that comp definitely went overtime. So what other ones are we missing? We're missing Blue Valley, Onalaska, Waukee, Benton, and Linmar and Beaver Creek.
Yes. I have them all pulled up in different tabs too.
I should low-key do that.
I thought of it while we were talking. I was like, ah.
Yeah, so
Muscatine, someone's still performing. I can't tell if it's who it is,
yeah,
but we still got people on stage
still
there.
got people. Oh yeah, we also missing that one, I think. What do I have for the show sheet still? One of my talking points on the show sheet was Kings of Nebraska, which groups in Nebraska to watch for. That just got blown up.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know
even
if
know where I'd sit right
I
now.
don't know if I even want to attempt that
I
right
don't
now.
think we want to. I'm not. I'm gonna 10th. No.
Um, Actually, here's a good one. Most sh This is actually one of your ideas, Courtney. What most shock? We've all watched some. We've all watched a lot of groups. What's the most shocking set of the day? Welcome back, Chris. Most shocking set, like a set that like shocked you, made you like, oh, what? Like something that maybe you didn't expect. So what's a set that shocked you? I'll leave Courtney, Chris. I'll leave that to you.
Chris, you want to take that first?
Yeah, I can definitely take that. I think I was pretty surprised. Um, I wasn't shocked by any group that I watched, because I mostly watched the Beaver Creek live stream today. I wasn't like particularly shocked at how any group was overall, but I was pretty impressed by Beaver Creek. Sorry, not Beaver Creek. By the choreography of Solon, I was very impressed by. They're not a group that I was particularly impressed with choreo-wise last year. Although they are vocal powerhouses, obviously, I was really, really impressed with their choreography this year. And the same I would like to say for Noblesville as well. I think they really pulled together a solid choreography show. And it's also like just a really new look Noblesville. I mean, last oh, I can open it. Oh, okay. Last year Noblesville had, multiple costumes, a big backdrop, and all that. And this year they went very, very plain, um, and had like kind of like a little bit of a story theme going on. They did have a little bit of a story as well, last year too, but it just was a new look for Noblesville, and so I was really surprised to see both the choreography improvement from Noblesville and from Solon. So those are my surprising moments of the day.
I would say, who was it? I think it was Prestige from Hamilton High School. I think they're the ones who did the like Neverland set. It was either them or
Yeah, it was Hamilton.
okay, it was Hamilton. I think they did a really good representation of that. Obviously, there's some things that needed changed, perception wise, at least from how homeroom perceptualized some of that stuff. But I think it was a cute little set. And then I will say that Piqua, the company, was not expecting that set theme out of them, but they displayed it well, and I think we all kind of agreed with it in one way or another. So it was a good vision of them, view of them.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna glaze Loveland a little more with this question.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I've been on. I know I've been on them a lot. So Loveland, I'm just gonna. When I heard, like, I remember I was leading up to the show, and I'm like, and the announcer said Tori Brindis. I'm like, wait, Tori Brindis is back? I'm texting the home group chat, like, yo, did he just say Tori Brindis? And then I just see Loveland with like a huge improvement over last year. A huge improvement over last year. Huge improvement over the last couple of years. And yeah, I was just shocked that see Loveland just come out there and just really just go crazy. It was really awesome to see. And Yeah, Loveland. I, I think they're gonna place really. I think they're gonna place good at Beaver Creek. I think they're gonna place well, and yeah, I think they got a good season ahead of them. I think they got a good bounce back season ahead of them for sure.
Okay. We have reps sent to the stage at Beaver Creek.
Rep sent to the stage.
Results coming on soon.
All right. First, lunch.
I'm scared.
Me too.
Anything from Onalaska? Oh, Onalaska results in.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't. There's no way. There's no
Oh
way.
no.
There is just no way.
Part of my beloved.
What?
Oh, oh no. This is. Oh.
Oh, how? How did that happen? Okay.
All right. So, Onalaska Show Choir Classic 2026 results. And number one, Lacrosse River City Revolution, going 2 for 2 on the year with best vocals. Bloomington Kennedy Rhythm and Gold, best choreography. Sauk Prairie Executive Session in the third. Sparta Upstage Adrenaline in the four. Those two placements actually flipped from last weekend at Holman. Actually, no, they flipped big time from last weekend at Holman. I think Sparta was second, and then Sauk was like fourth of that comp. So big placement flip there. Monona Grove Silver Connection in the four, and then Holman Midwest Express in the five. Yeah, that happened. This is one of the
This is
weekends.
weird.
I know nothing. I don't know anything. Whatever. Um, I can start us off on this one. First thing that pops out to me is obviously Lacrosse coming home with the win. Lacrosse is cementing themselves as the best group in Wisconsin. Um, I think at least the debate as far as this season goes is over. Lacrosse has been the best across 2 weeks so far. We'll see if they can keep it up and continue to get results in Wisconsin, um, and to cement themselves as the kings um, of Wisconsin. Bloomington Kennedy did well as expected, but I am very surprised at how the captions split here. Um, Lacrosse to me is a very, very strong choreography group, with choreography from Lexi Robson Buglewitz and Braxton Carr, the same duo that is doing on Alaska, that's doing Lynn Marr, that's doing all sorts of incredible next level groups. And I am just surprised that the choreography fell to Bloomington Kennedy and also that the vocals fell to Lacrosse. I know Lacrosse has good vocals, but I'm just surprised that if they were going to drop a caption, that it would be the choreography caption and it would be to Bloomington Kennedy. I think that's an interesting split right there. Sauk Prairie, out of nowhere. Um, I don't even know if they were for sure my number four group in this competition, so that's a big result for them. They ended up in fourth place over at Holman last week, and they jump all the way up to beat Sparta, the eventual winners of that Holman competition, um, right after Sparta beat on Alaska at that competition. So it just seems like a major shakeup in Wisconsin this year. Everybody is out for blood, um, and yeah, it's crazy. Wisconsin is stronger than ever, and they take down another out-of-state group.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree there. I, this is crazy. I thought the captions would kind of split the opposite way instead of having Lacrosse take vocals. I thought they were going to take choreo and vice versa. Huge win for Lacrosse. They're having a great start to their season. Having 2 grand championships under their belt is a great start. I see they have 3 more competitions lined up. That's always subject to change. but we can see how that kind of pans out for them. But all these other placements, Upstage Adrenaline in 4th is kind of shocking. Okay, hi, thank you. And then Sauk Prairie taking 3rd. That's a little shocking. I thought those would be switched around. But yeah, great start for lacrosse.
Yeah, a lot to talk about here. Lacrosse cementing themselves, and not just probably the best group in Wisconsin this season, but as a group, they're cementing themselves as a group that can go anywhere in almost anywhere and compete with with the best. And I don't feel like we've had a group like that out of Wisconsin in a while. So just seeing that they took down Troy Buchanan last year, they took down El Paso last weekend, they took down Bloomington Kennedy this weekend. They're beating these out-of-state powers. They're beating these groups that do a lot of damage in Wisconsin. Court. So Kortney, I don't know. I don't want to know. Kortney, I don't want to know what you're seeing right now. So yeah,
I
Sauk
don't
Prairie.
want to know what I'm seeing right now.
Which results is this?
This is Beaver Creek's win.
Oh no. Oh no. Wait, are they on showchoir.com?
No,
No,
they're
check
saying
in
it
their
live in
in
the
our chat.
chat.
Huh? Wait, what chat are they in?
In the chat for this live stream.
Oh,
Whoa. Okay.
What?
something's happened.
Hold on. I'm pulling up the live stream.
You know, surprise me. Surprise me.
I think today needs to be over with. We need to be done.
Best vocals. Best vocals goes to Noblesville NHS. Noblesville best vocals.
Oh,
What?
shit.
Hold
Sure.
on.
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
Hold on.
Why not? Best choreography. Best choreography.
Loveland. Best choreo's Loveland.
Loveland by request.
Tori Brindis. Sean Miller, director of Loveland, you should have given Tori Brindis a blank check. You should have given
I'm
Tori
gonna
Brindis a
throw
blank
up.
check when she brought up even the idea of leaving.
Is this going to be a no caption win? I'm going to scream.
I'm gonna throw up.
I know. What's first round is revealed by far.
Mine might be ahead of yours.
Yeah, I just skipped a little bit ahead. Noblesville.
Wait, who's left?
No caption win. No caption win for so long.
Oh, Solwyn, you dirty dog.
All right, we have Nathan Emsley joining us from Circle City Show Choir.
I haven't. We just got Lynn Marr results in the chat too.
What?
No, that's sorry. Oh, what?
We got Lynn Marr results in the chat. I haven't digested Onalaska yet. I barely digested New London.
Let's stick with Beaver Creek. Let's get Nathan in here, and we'll address everything in a second.
Yeah, let's get Nathan in here.
Wait, where do you see that?
It's in the Comp Day Conversations chat in homeroom.
Oh no.
That's Blue Valley, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, no.
That's Blue Valley.
No, it's up from Blue Valley. That's not.
Okay. All right. Beaver Creek, Nathan, what do you got?
Okay, so we'll run down those results again if you didn't catch them all. So, 5th runner-up, Loveland Allure. So a treble group did make finals. Again, they have been showing some tremendous performance. They've been making some finals where it's mixed and treble groups, and I've been very impressed by them. So they won the treble division. They went on to finals. They beat a very upstart Hamilton to make it into that last spot. Very deserving of finals. Enjoyed Loveland. Then 5th runner-up, that was Hurricane, Red Hot. Entering this week, we kind of been bouncing around between Solon and Hurricane because both of them, they had great performances last year. Solon went undefeated. Hurricane had 6 grand championships, only losing to Fairfield. We're like, this is the matchup. This is where Solon will have to prove themselves. But Hurricane, not even in the top 4. Not a major contributor to these results. So that brought us down to the top four. Piqua, after a strong start last week with the Grand Championship, they get fourth. Third runner-up second runner-up. Third place was Loveland by request with best choreography. So, and that was interesting. You're supposed to, if a caption like that is announced, they should have done that before the top three, but they got best choreography. And then Noblesville, coming from Indiana, of course, they have great vocals again this year, have amazing vocals. They got second place. And Solon, as we have seen, they're not even the only group in the night to get a no caption win. They're the second group of the night to get a no caption victory, getting no best vocals, no best choreography. Solon continues their undefeated run after finishing last season undefeated. Everyone thought Hurricane would really bring them up to their money. They were not a significant contributor today. Noblesville was that contributor who Solon had beat last year. But Solon had swept in that instance. This year, it seems to be that it was much closer between Solon, Noblesville, and likely Loveland taking that best choreography factored into play as well. Do you have any questions for me on those results, or do we want to? Yeah, I can provide some more context on some groups in person.
Sure. I have a question. In regards to Hurricane, that's kind of what jumps out to me. I was expecting Hurricane to win this competition. And really, after watching prelims, I thought they were in at least a good spot for second or third. I really did enjoy their choreography quite a bit, but obviously it seems like the sticking point of this competition ended up being the vocals, which were just hard to tell on like a relatively spotty, to say the least, live stream. So what about where did all the vocals land for you guys for all these groups? For you for all these groups, and what in particular for Noblesville and for Hurricane, kind of the groups that maybe had better or worse spots or placements than we predicted. What vocally put each group over the edge?
Yeah, I would say that's a great question, and really pointed down to, I think, the deciding factor in this one was likely the vocals. You have your traditional indie vocals coming out of Noblesville, very strong vocal group. They're able to basically control and have that softer sound, that more powerful sound at times. You always have a great quality, especially from the guys. That's a big deciding factor when all of these groups have amazing girls. You can usually look at, when the guys are on stage, what kind of sound are you getting between the different groups? And I think that was one of the deciding factors, is that the guys' number, that vocal sound was better for Noblesville. For Hurricane, they were in fifth. I was talking to one of the Hurricane parents. They thought part of that was the choreography as well, not being as clean. This is many of those performers, they're like first time competing, because they're a younger group overall, so that definitely could have factored into it. I would say Hurricane sounded to be the loudest out of all the groups. They actually really filled up the space, but maybe that vocal quality was not to the judges' liking. Solon, on the other hand, they ended up in first, so obviously they had good vocal quality, but not the best for best vocals. They were a much quieter sound. They were one of the quietest of the large mix group, a very quiet, controlled sound. They reached the moments when they needed to, but I think it came down to that vocal quality and then cleanliness of choreography early in the season. Like, all of these groups are amazing. You see some great partner stuff from Noblesville. I know you mentioned earlier another love show for Noblesville, and it was a very simple one as well. Last year you have the Titanic, all these explosions basically of smoke, the Titanic going on its side. You have all these huge props, this huge backdrop. Same thing in 2024 as well, with the huge backdrop for the Back to the Future show. They went simple this year. A lot of the costumes are reused. They focused on the story. And the vocals. When you're not too focused on the theatrics, you're able to focus on those vocals. You're able to focus on telling a compelling story. And I think that's what brought Noblesville close to Solon. But Solon, they proved themselves today. Homeroom had Solon second in the preseason. for our Ohio rankings, just behind Marysville, and they'll get a chance to prove that they could be number one later in this year when they face off against Marysville.
Yeah. Wow.
Any
Anyone
other
else
questions
thoughts?
for me on Beaver Creek? I know there's a lot of results coming in.
I don't think I got any more.
No, I
Yes,
think it's
Everyone else
crazy
summed it
how
up.
basically all the captions are split.
Mm-hmm.
You have best crew, best costumes, best treble soloist to Solon, and then you have the best vocals to Noblesville, best choreo and best band to Loveland, and then People's Choice, best bass soloist and best instrumentalist to Pequa. So I think that's a crazy kind of split there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the season plays out for these groups.
Yeah, lots of talented performers, lots of talented musicians, lots of talented crew members across the board. This was an incredibly competitive competition. Yes, Solon took the day, but these groups were incredibly competitive. Don't get anything wrong about this. Even that Loveland third place, that is so impressive. They seem to be coming back to that point where they like performed incredible at Show Choir Nationals, like top 3 a few years ago. Maybe not quite to that point, but they're on a rise as well. Hurricane, yes, they dropped to 5th. They have a younger group, but they could bounce back in 2 weeks and get some good results at Edgewood. But yeah, I'll let you be for the rest of your night. Have a great rest of your night with all these crazy results.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. So we have Waukee and Blue Valley that are
And
out.
Linmar as
And
well.
Linmar.
Yeah,
Yes,
Linmar.
we do.
Which one do you want to go first?
We know.
Linmar's
Um,
not as terrifying as I thought.
it ended up being okay.
Yeah,
That's the easiest one. Maybe we start there.
yeah.
Oh, there they are.
So
Let me
at the
find it.
number one grand champion, Walking Northwest EOS, best choreo. Number 2, Urbandale Studio, best vocals. Number 3, Iowa City 4th Avenue Jazz Company.
Oh, wait, that is crazy. I didn't even like clock that.
Oh, number 4, at the 4th spot we got Hastings Riverside Company. 5th spot Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Happiness Incorporated, and at the 6th spot Prairie the Ambassadors. Kortney, Chris, toss it to you.
I feel like this was a toss up either way. We both had either EOS or Urbandale taking that top spot, and I always knew it was going to be a split caption. Um, do I think that it went the split way that I thought it was going to go? No, but that's okay. Um, I had so much faith in Iowa City from the very beginning, so I'm super happy to see them in that third place spot. It does shock me that they are above Hastings, I will say that. But other than that, I think the competition kind of planned out how personally I thought it was, and great job to all these groups.
Yeah, I'm really I'm not mad at these results at all. EOS winning best choreo, first place, Urbandale second best vocals. I would have maybe thought the captions would have flipped if the captions were going to split. I did have EOS at a sweep, but Urbandale in second place is, I think, the result that people expected. Um, and I think EOS in the one is, also more of an expected result. I think how the rest of it shaped out is what's interesting to me. With Iowa City coming in third place, I don't think they were most people's second runner up in their predictions. Um, but they have had like a strong mix of results. Um, in the past, especially last year, a few interesting wins over other decent groups. So I'm really, really happy for them. Hastings coming in at fourth place, they have tended to be a little bit inconsistent early season. So I'm not super worried about them. And they're also against like really stacked, um, um, a really stacked field. So I'm not shocked that they fell to number 4, although I did have them at 3. And then Sierra Kennedy in 5th place. That is a little bit of a drop for them than what most people thought, I would say. I'm interested to go back and watch these shows and see what it was, if it was the vocals or if it was the choreography. That was the difference here. But I love Sierra Kennedy, and again, this is a stacked field. there's no shame in losing to any of these groups. It just is what it is. Prairie bringing up the 6th spot. I thought Prairie was a little bit of a sneaky group to maybe sneak up to the 5, but I think having them at the 6 is about where I would have expected them to be. So one of the more normal results of the evening, I would say.
Yeah. I think the big story here is Urbandale for me. Um, I knew Urbandale was going to be still good. They're still going to be a very good group. I was thinking they were going to be maybe a half step or so below the other like top groups in Iowa this year, just because of that turbulence, you know. But I
Yeah.
think them getting that vocal caption proves they're still in it. They're not going anywhere. They're still going to compete with the best. And yeah, I'm very excited to see where that takes them. Iowa City, big result for them. I remember a couple years ago, 2024, they had a crazy season. They beat Davenport Central, they beat Prairie, they beat a ton of very good groups that season. And then last season they had a little bit of a down to earth year. This season, with that win over Urbandale, no, that win at Xavier, sorry. And then this result at Linn-Mar, they're back. They are back up. They're looking to get another big season. So that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be really fun to watch and see what they can do the rest of the season. So yeah, let's go Blue Valley Tiger Takedown. So at the one spot we have Johnston Innovation with best vocals, best visuals, and best band. Number 2, Broken Arrow Tiger Rhythm. Number 3, Neo Show Coraliers. 4 spot, Johnston Synergy. The 5 spot, Carthage Senior Soundwave. And the 6 spot, Web City. Kortney, Chris, it's all you.
My babies, my Broken Arrow. They, I don't want to speak for them, but I know that they were kind of expecting, at least some of them were expecting, to kind of fall to Johnston here. They still put up such a good fight, beating out Neo Show, Synergy, Soundwave, and Web City is not an easy task at all. But coming into it, they knew what they had to do. They knew how to perform. Johnson just obviously has the upper hand there. Tiger Rhythm is going to be coming for blood for sure at the next few competitions. I know they're coming to Texas twice this season where they are expecting to sweep. But I think Johnston has a very good first win here. This was probably one of their biggest, I don't want to say biggest competitors because I know they go through like the other big groups, but it's a good test for their first competition for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. Broken Arrow is known at this point for making those top groups sweat just a little bit. Um, and I think that they did that tonight with Johnston. Johnston does come on with the full sweep, but I do think that Broken Arrow certainly put up a fight, and that's all you can ask for. Um, and big respect to Broken Arrow. Year in, year out, they are at some of the toughest competitions, um, taking on some of the toughest groups in many different many different regions and circuits. They continue to get results, and this is a great win for them. Um, a big story for me here is actually Neo Show coming in here at the 3. I do think that a few people did predict them to come in third, but this was not an easy third for them to get. They had to fight through Johnston's prep group Synergy, who I had predicted would end up at the 3. Um, and Carthage Soundwave is no slouch, and Web City obviously had some really great results last year. So really big for them to come out of the rest of the field to pick up that 3 spot. That was really the biggest story of the competition, was who was going to take that 3rd spot, because the first 2 spots were just realistically going to be Johnson, and it was going to be Broken Arrow. So good on Neo Show for being the group that stepped up.
Yeah, I don't have much else to add there. Johnston hitting the ground running. I know last year they got upset by EOS at their first comp, but this year, nope, they're going out guns blazing, full sweep. against Broken Arrow. Neosho in the 3. They're proven, again, they're the cream of the crop in Southwest Missouri, and that's not going to change anytime soon. So, yeah, that's all I got for that. And now, I think the last result that we have, as of right now, Waukee Starstruck. Oh, wait, what? Okay, we don't know the captions for this. I think showchoir.com is...
It's in the
Refresh
comments.
it.
You can see it.
Oh, it's in the comments? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, there we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're here.
All right, so final results from Waukee Starstruck. At the grand champion spot, Ankeny Centennial Spectrum, best vocals, best choreography. Second place, we got Valley Correlation. Third place, Ankeny Centennial Vortex. The fourth spot, Sioux Falls Jefferson Legacy. The fifth spot, Southeast Polk Ramification. And in the sixth spot, Norris Gold rounding out the finals field. Chris, Kortney, what do you got?
Chris, you want to take it?
Sure. Um, yeah, big result here from Ankeny Centennial Vortex. Sioux Falls Jefferson is a good group. This is a solid mixed group, and Vortex took them down. I have the ultimate faith in Ankeny Centennial Vortex. They are my favorite treble group in the nation right now, and I think that they are proving it. They are proving that they are amongst the best. And it's not the only amazing treble result we've seen today. Valley took care of business and got best band. That's not easy to do. Ankeny Centennial has a great band. So big shout out to Valley's band. And beating Ankeny Centennial Vortex, even though you are a mixed group, like that's no small feat. So good on Valley. That's a great result from them. Ankeny Centennial Spectrum, best vocals, best choreography. I am not surprised in the slightest. This is not the strongest competition that they will face this year. And I also do think that Ankeny Centennial Spectrum is in that top 15 conversation in the nation. I love that show. I saw them last week on the live stream, and I loved it. It's my favorite show of the season thus far. And I expect that they will keep rolling. I can't wait until Walking Northwest Nightfall. Well, they'll be going up against the brand or the not the brand new, but the big winners of tonight, Urbandale Studio, who ended up taking best vocals from Walking Northwest. They did end up falling to EOS, but that's going to be a really interesting one to me to see who will take the placement between Urbandale and Ankeny Centennial on February 7th, with Walking Millennium in the mix to take obviously that best choreo caption. So that's going to be one of my most anticipated events of the year at this point. Yeah.
For sure. Ankeny Centennial, big sweep before going into the most competitive part of their year. And also Sioux Falls Jefferson, very solid result for Sioux Falls Jefferson here. I think Southeast Polk's been a rising group in Iowa. They've frequently been pretty sneaky good, so Sioux Falls Jefferson placing over them, that's a good solid out of state performance from Sioux Falls Jefferson. Vortex again, just again placing over very solid mixed groups, comp in, comp out, and it's just they're just they're on a roll that I don't know who's stopping it anytime soon. So I think that's all I got for Waukee.
Yeah, I
Great.
think you're good. Yeah, I think it's a really good result for Vortex there. I did not have them that high, but I mean, they obviously earned their spot. I think it's weird that Sioux Falls Jefferson is fourth, but at the same time, you kind of have to, like I keep saying, every day is a new like opportunity, and these judges, um, they're new every competition, so I'm sure we'll see different placements for them throughout. But great job to Spectrum for taking this sweep.
All right. So I believe we got 2 results left to come in tonight.
Yeah,
That is
Muscatine and Benton, I believe.
Muscatine and Benton. At Muscatine, the last finalist Chesterton is on now, so we should be getting those results in fairly soon. And I don't think Muscatine does an exhibition after finals, so that should be coming in hopefully very soon. Benton, no clue what's going on in that competition. there's not a lot of
Yeah.
information coming out of there. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see about that one. So
Yeah, it looks like we have somebody that did post the daytime results. So there is somebody reporting information from there at least, but there's no final awards were supposed to be at 10 p.m. Um, so
yeah,
I would imagine the results are likely in, and this is not an easy competition, so we may just not see these results tonight. And Muscatine, let's see, if they do not have an exhibition performance, then we'll be seeing fairly soon
all
from
right.
them.
All right, so we do actually have prelims. We do actually have prelim placements in for Muscatine. So let's talk a little about Muscatine. Let's put some final bets in before we see awards for that competition. So in prelims, first place Chesterton Sandpipers, second place Pella Acapella, third place Davenport North Northside Establishment, fourth place Iowa City West Good Time Company, fifth place Indianola Side 1, and then in sixth place, I would assume, because they made finals, is Western Dubuque Fifth Avenue. So, thoughts on the prelim placements, and who do you think is going to be coming out on top come final awards? Chris, Kortney, I'll hand it off to you.
Yeah, let me go look. Chris, take it while I think. Now I'm like stuck.
Um, Honestly, really good on Chesterton for being in first, going into finals. I really think that this is not an easy field right here. There's a lot of sneaky good choirs here, and Chesterton had no guarantee of winning and still don't have any guarantee of winning. But to go into finals in first place is pretty significant for them. And good on Pella. Pella's had a really, really great season thus far. Um, and so no surprise to see them up near the top of this one. But that being said, Indianola is kind of my story here. They were very they were very, very hot last year, with a series of great results in their competitions, and really didn't lose any of them super badly. But they are currently in fifth place as of prelims, after a tough fourth place over at Des Moines Christian last year. So I think that if these results hold, it might be time to press the panic button for Indianola a little bit. But there's still a lot of time in their season. They compete all the way through March 7th. So they got months and months to go. But I would be a little bit worried if the results hold and they do end up in fifth place here. But good on Iowa City West and good on Davenport North for taking that leap above them for now.
Okay, now that I've had a second to kind of compose my thoughts about this, good on Chesterton for being in first place right now. I think that would be a good win to start their season on. Pella, I know they placed I think they placed pretty well last week, correct? If I'm right, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not shocking to see them here in top three again. Obviously, we'll see what the final results come out to. But also, I think it's pretty good that Good Time Company from Iowa City West and North Side Establishment find themselves in the top 3 and 4 spot here. I think it'll be a good kind of test to see how the captions split and how this ends up panning out.
Yeah, so definitely good on Chesterton. I think they're another group that kind of didn't have the year they were looking for last year based on the results of the 2 years previous to that. So getting a win here would definitely be a big, big start for them. Great place to start. Pella, They moved up to the tier one division this year. They're doing just fine. They're still able to make waves. They're a contender in the tier one. They're big. And Davenport North, this is a little bit of a weaker result than maybe you would have thought out of them, because they had a really good season last year. They beat Waconia, they beat Hastings, they beat a ton of good groups, and so And obviously, this isn't going to be. There's still a lot of season left. If should this result hold, there's still a lot of season left for them to improve. But this is definitely a little bit maybe of a weaker result than maybe you would expect for them. Same with Indianola, but they're also going through director, choreographer turbulence. So that's definitely might be having a little bit of an effect on Indianola should that result hold. And then also Iowa City West, they're doing a Minecraft movie theme show complete with the Lava Chicken song in it. So I hope it wins just because it'd be very funny.
Yeah.
So, but I am also legit excited to see how far that show can go. So yeah, so those results, Muscatine, stick around. We should hopefully be getting those. Let's check on Benton. Do we have those results at all? No, we do not.
We
I'm
So
might have
trying
to
to be
go
an
to the
FBI
chat.
sleuth right now. I'm trying to find it.
I'm gonna ask Homer Chat if anyone can find Benton.
Yeah, would anybody have gone? Uh, And if anyone in the chat knows the results of Benton, please let us know. It's going to be very difficult for us to find these results, I fear.
Yeah.
We do have someone that posted the daytime results about 4 hours ago, but we don't currently have
Who's
any
it posted
information.
by?
Um,
Uh, Benton
Jay.
Community.
Yeah, Benton Community.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it was Mary. It looks like they got posted by Marion's director. The daytime results.
Marion's director. Is he judging?
No, Marion's competing at Benton. So
Oh, I see, I see. A new creation. Okay, okay.
yeah. So we'll see what comes out of the Benton results.
Yeah.
Muscatine. Where are they? Please don't tell me Chesterton's still on.
Yeah,
Chester.
Chesterton is still dancing. Yeah, we might not get these results before the show ends.
Yeah.
They look great though. I can't lie. They're really dancing.
Benton Community Schools posted like pictures 9 hours ago, but that's about it.
Okay. Maybe we can take some questions for the chat while we wait out
Go
these
for
last
it.
few things. I don't have anything currently, but chat, if you have any questions for us, please let us know now. If you have any questions about today, if you want us to recap anything that happened, we've gone through every single competition result so far, but
Benton's
I'm
out.
sure. Oh,
Ben's
Benton's
out.
out.
Yep.
That was that's crazy timing, actually.
That.
All right.
Okay.
So we don't have captions yet, but I'm assuming Ankeny swept
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So actually, Ankeny got the captions in prelims, so I'm guessing
Yeah.
that probably held over
Mhm.
to finals.
Hmm.
So at the one spot, Ankeny Visual Adrenaline presumed sweep. At the first runner-up spot, Cedar Rapids Washington Momentum. Second runner-up, Marion New Creation. Third runner-up, Liberty Storm. Fourth runner-up, Cedar Rapids Jefferson Westside Delegation. And then fifth runner-up, Clear Creek Amana. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Vocal Dynamics. So, Chris, Kortney, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I can take it to start. I it was no it's no surprise that Ankeny ended up sweeping this competition. Ankeny's a fantastic group. They're one of the best in Iowa. Some people will have them in their top three, in their top five in Iowa. Um, and I didn't see, even with all of the crazy results of today, I just did not see a world in which Ankeny fell. Cedar Rapids, Washington, similar thing. I don't really see a world in which they would fall to anything lower than second. They had a good result last week at Des Moines Christian Illumination. They beat Pella, they beat Indianola, they got second overall, but they fell to Waukee, who, in my opinion, is a very similarly talented group to Ankeny Centennial. So that holds strong. They pick up their uh, second place finish. Um, there. We do have an interesting jump, if I'm not mistaken, um, with New Marion coming in from the tier two group and taking home that third place spot. Um, they were not in the tier one division prelims. Um, they were that sixth spot. You had all five of the tier one groups making it into finals, and then Marion High School and New Creation took up that sixth spot and ended up jumping Clear Creek, jumping Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, and jumping Liberty for that third spot. Um, so really, really good stuff from Marion. Um, they had again a decent result over at their first competition at Cedar Rapids. Xavier coming into second place and falling to Iowa City. So really good on them. It's a promising start to the season for them as well. And yeah, that's really all I've got here. Nothing is jumping out at me as super surprising, which is a first for today. Um, but nonetheless, good result for Ankeny, good results for Cedar Rapids, Washington, good results for Marion. They took care of business here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Marion only had one grand championship last season. And obviously they're starting out really strong, placing that second. They also got Best Opener, the High Energy Award, and Best Treble Soloist, which is saying something going up against Visual Adrenaline and Cedar Rapids, Washington, Momentum. Great run for Momentum today. Also coming home with a Best Treble Soloist. And then obviously Visual Adrenaline, Ankeny, we kind of all expected this. A great sweep, best vocals, best choreography, best band, and best bass soloist. Um, New Creation coming out of that treble group, like you mentioned, that is huge as they jumped 3 mixed division groups. But obviously, great start to their season and a great start, like you said. Nothing shocking here for the first time tonight, so that's a little refreshing for sure.
Yeah, Ankeny took care of business. Nothing really shocking there. Cedar Rapids, Washington, another solid second place result. Marion New Creation going into finals, beating a bunch of good Tier 1 groups. Marion's always been one of the best Tier 2 groups in Iowa. It used to be only Pella that would really beat them in that division, and now Pella's not in that division anymore. So, yeah, so solid result for Marion. Yeah, there's solid results all around. Nothing too terribly shocking here. So, yeah. So, Chesterton has gotten off the stage at Muscatine. We hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get that result very soon.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be just a few minutes there. Hopefully Muscantine's not exhibitioning.
Muscatine's not
Um,
exhibitioning. I think they did it like the beginning of the day. So,
okay, perfect. Or like
Hoping.
after prelims or whatever. So
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
hopefully we get those soon. I don't know if they're gonna live stream live stream the results, but we will see.
they might not, because
Yeah.
I think the result I think the results might be in a gym. So
Hmm.
who knows?
Well, I'll stay tuned in the live stream just in case.
Yeah. So, but other than that, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's our last result we're still looking for tonight. There's a couple of there's like a couple clinic things going on, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Money 529 says, "What do you think about titanium?" I say, I think it's a very good metal.
I agree. Good medal. Great
Very
medal.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong.
All right. Questions from the chat, maybe?
Questions from the chat. Do I have any?
Do we know what's going to be like the big comp next week? Maybe we could do a little bit of a prediction.
The comps, there's looks
Hastings, Gretna,
Yeah, Gretna East is going to be interesting-ish.
Milton Rock
Um,
the Rock, maybe.
well, that's gonna be interesting because, like Will said, De Pere and
y-
Waconia rematch.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and also Wabonzi over there.
Yeah,
Sauk
correct.
Uh,
Prairie.
Well, Bonzi could win. Suck.
we have a question in the chat. Talk about prime time. We're not gonna like. Oh wait, prime time. Is prime
Gretna.
time a competition, Gretna?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Gretna.
Oh
That's
yeah,
count.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we did talk about them earlier, but obviously, you know, the third place for West Side was a little wild.
Yeah.
Do we have any additional thoughts on Gretna prime time?
Um. I think looking back, my only additional thought is solid result for Elkhorn North going into finals,
Mhm.
beating out a group. I think a lot of people had them sixth in finals or not even in finals, so I think them going in the middle of that field, I think that's a sign of a strong year to come from them.
Yeah,
Sure.
if you go back and you watch our the live stream after we post, oh no, they're exhibitioning.
Are you
Oh no. But yeah, if you go back and watch the VOD of this live stream, Loving Like Jesus, then you will hear our like live reactions to the results of Gretna Primetime, and I assure you they're very entertaining.
they are. There's
Um,
some
I don't think we're gonna get Muscatine results before the end of the show, unfortunately. It
yeah.
just seems unlikely at this point. They are incredibly behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even exhibition at that point.
No.
Exactly.
Let's
Exactly.
see. They were supposed to be done at about 11:30. Um, so it's only like 11:41. So I mean, they are technically pretty close to on time. It's just a very, very late running competition, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I think Grenada next week, competition wise, looks pretty good for a second and third place, but your first place is already set in stone.
yeah.
Wait, where at? Oh, Gretna.
Gretna.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about Gretna. Or Gretna East, sorry.
Yeah.
For next week, maybe. I
So
don't know.
so Gretna East next week, little teaser going. We got Linmar, 10th Street Edition, Lincoln East Express, Papillion La Vista Free Spirit, Miller North Infinity, Elkhorn South Blackout, Elkhorn North Adrenaline, and Gretna Revolution rounding out the mixed division. So, yeah, thoughts on that?
You have two Texas legends judging. You have Stephanie Hyatt and Jen Randall. They bring extensive knowledge about their Stephanie Hyatt's a choreographer. Jen Randall has arranged. She has written a book about show choir. She's hosted a podcast about show choir. She started Voices of Central. She started Southlake. She is an insane director, so she will be able to come into this with such a big realm of knowledge of show choir that I would trust her with my life at this competition. I truly would. 10th Street is obviously going to be everyone's favorite here. I think they could sweep, but I also think that one of these other show choirs, like Lincoln East, Free Spirit, Infinity from Millard North, could take a caption here.
I would say, yeah, Linmar will win here, and Linmar will sweep, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but um, I just don't think there's really much. They just, Linmar does not lose. They do not drop captions. Um, they just win, and they just win, and they just win. The last time I believe they lost a caption was 2023, where they dropped best vocals to Valley Correlation, which is an interesting result. But in the last 2 years, they just win. They sweep Johnston, they sweep Carmel, and I just don't see it going any other way. But they have a test. Gretna is not a rollover by any stretch. Um, Gretna has had amazing seasons over the last few years. Their season last year finished with 2 second places and 3 first places, losing to Lincoln Southwest in their prime and Millard Millard West in the Groove also in their prime, which are not bad losses to take. And then the year before that, they actually ended up winning every single competition and only dropping one caption. which was best vocals to Hastings Riverside Company. So Gretna is about as solid as they come. Um, so if anyone were to do it, I would say that they have a shot, but I just think that at the end of the day, Linmar does not lose. Um, and they will sweep again here. And I think that Gretna really will be the number two, and I just don't see it going any other way. Um, Miller North had an impressive win, and Lincoln East had a disappointing fall. Um, but I think that the top two there are going to be set in stone, and I would have Millard North coming in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have Elkhorn South coming in at my number three because Elkhorn South with a great, great, great result. That would be maybe an upset to some people, but I think I'm going to go Elkhorn South at the three there.
Yeah. So Linmar, 10th Street Edition. I would bet my college tuition on them winning.
Good luck, son.
Sorry.
Yeah. Linmar, I'd bet my college tuition on them winning any given competition. Unless they were maybe going up against like Burroughs or something. But yeah, Linmar, I don't see a world where they don't sweep here. Gretna, I love them, but yeah, I just don't see it. I think Linmar's a solid one. Gretna will be a solid two. And then the battle for three between Millard North and Elkhorn South. I think that's going to be the most interesting. Because both of
Yeah,
these choirs, like you said, big wins. Elkhorn South, big sweep over Sioux City East. Millard North upset over West Side. So, yeah, that could go either way. I feel like both of these very historically strong groups. So yeah, I think that's something we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens there. So
definitely.
yeah, I think Papillion, La Vista, and Lincoln East will both be looking to get back. Maybe after a disappointing results for both of them this week. So yeah, I think
Definitely.
yeah.
Maybe we go to the chat. Maybe we do another prediction. Um, so chat for next week. Would you like to know our thoughts on any of the competitions that will be happening next week? Just let us know, and we will talk about it. We are for sure not getting Muscatine results on the show today,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, they had a
They're
fire alarm today, so
yeah, they're reading like 30 shout outs right now before the exhibition. We only got 13 minutes left of the show. So unfortunately, you'll have to just turn to showchoir.com for that one. But in the meantime, you think Elk South is going to be new powerhouse? I mean, new-ish, I guess. They had great results last year. Um, but I don't know. This is a great first result for them.
yeah. I mean, could they ascend into that top tier of Nebraska this year? I think they're definitely, if you're asking that question, who's going to be the next one, I think to really ascend into that top tier, Elkhorn South is definitely one of those groups that you would have to mention. So
Yeah,
they've got a few tests that I think will really be able to, I think they got a few tests, and if they pass those tests, I think they can ascend for sure. Into
yeah.
all right.
Johnston. Yeah,
Johnston?
that's a big one.
Yeah.
So at Johnston, we've got Indianola, Dowling Catholic, Dimensions, Norwalk, Sound Revolution, Sioux Falls Roosevelt Executive Suite, Prairie, the Ambassadors, Walkie Millennium, and Urbandale Studio in that competition.
Yeah, so right off the bat, Walkie Millennium, Urbandale Studio. Who wins off that? Walkie, big sweep over at Des Moines Christian, coming off a big year last year. Urbandale Studio, they're proving that they're not going anywhere. They're proving that they're going to continue being competitive at the top level in Iowa. So that'll be definitely a great battle to see. Because we also see a rematch of that the next week, a couple weeks later at Walking Northwest with an added Ankeny Centennial in that mix. So that's going to be a matchup that's really going to set the tone for a lot of Iowa comps this season. And also, I'm looking at the results. Can Prairie keep up? There's a lot of other great groups here, like Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Indianola. Can Prairie keep ahead of those? Prairie got 6th today at Linn-Mar. They beat Sioux Falls, Washington, and they beat, who was the other one? Papillion La Vista. So Prairie's one of those groups that can be a little up and down, a little inconsistent with their results sometimes. So it's definitely worth. I'm definitely watching. Can Prairie keep ahead of a lot of these groups? So yeah, I think that's my thoughts on Johnston as a whole.
Yeah, I agree with both of what you guys are saying. I think that Urbandale and Waukee are both favored to be top two at this competition. Um, I don't necessarily know captions at this point, but I think it might be a split. Other people to watch are obviously the Ambassadors out of Prairie, and then Sioux Falls Executive Suite. I would put them as a toss up for third there.
Yeah, I would agree with both of you guys. I think Indianola at this point really needs that third place spot if they want to keep up their, keep their season on track after a few disappointing results, with their new director, new choreographer. Um, but I just don't think they do it. I think these groups are just too good. I think Prairie and Sioux Falls Roosevelt are just up there. Um, I'm almost certain that Urbandale will come home with the vocal caption. I'm pretty certain that Waukee will come home with the choreo caption. And to me, it's just a matter of who ends up in the top spot, and I think that could really go either way.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that captain split there. I think Urbandale, they're going to prove to be a vocal powerhouse in Iowa this year for sure.
Yeah. We had do you think De Pere could give a run at lacrosse? Is this next week? I imagine it is.
Do you think
Uh,
they don't? No, not next week. Do you think does DePere go against lacrosse? Hold on, let me consult ye old spreadsheet.
because De Pere goes against Wakania again.
They go.
Um,
DePere goes against Waconia again next week. Bubanzi Valley could also make a play at that. I feel like.
yeah, they have a shot on
Does
Alaska.
does DePere go against lacrosse? Let's see. Um, go down to Wisconsin, DePere, New London, Milton, Monona Grove, Marion. Actually, wait. No, I don't believe DePere goes against lacrosse this season, unfortunately.
That'd be a neat
So
mashup,
that
but
would be some neat
Yeah, that'd be
matchup.
insane.
We were unfortunately denied.
yeah. Oh my
So,
gosh, they still haven't started performing at
are you
Muscatine.
kidding
Are
me?
you kidding?
They're just starting right now.
Okay, they hate us. I'm just kidding.
They
I mean
really don't want us to cover.
that was an unbelievable setup time for a host performance. Oh, it's like standings wise? I mean, I don't know. Like as you mean as far as like where they would lie in like the Wisconsin rankings, right? I
Yeah.
assume. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I think lacrosse to me is just a little bit more has a little bit of a better case. But De Pere, man, if they win against Wakania again next week, if they get first place in like in that field over at Milton, I mean that's a bajillion groups. If you come out on top of that, like conversations will have to be had. But right now, I think lacrosse takes it for now, for sure.
Yeah. I think in the debate between De Pere Jam Session and Lacrosse River City Revolution, I think there's two competitions that you're going to want to look at for one for each group. I think for Lacrosse, Ankeny Centennial, and for De Pere, Marion. Lacrosse, they go at Ankeny Centennial, and they face a lot of great groups there. Like, I know they faced Papio South, Waukee Eos, Ankeny Visual Adrenaline, and then they also faced Southeast Polk and some other solid Iowa groups. And then De Pere, they go to Marion later this season. They face Valley Correlation, and they face Gretna East. I'm not going to say what's going to happen at those, but if those two groups can make any kind of noise in there, any kind of upset, that's going to be like, that's insane. So I'm not. Again, I don't know if these groups are gonna be like quite beating like Waukee Eos or Gretna East level, but I definitely think if any noise is made at those comps, then that's gonna like that would really send those groups like ahead for sure.
Yeah, we heard the same thing that Waconia had a little bit of a rough vocal outing, but it's Waconia. They'll be back. But
Yeah, they'll be fine.
if De Pere can top them again, like that's significant. But if
Yeah.
you prove that that wasn't a fluke next year, that or next week, then uncomfortable conversations will be had for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. It's going to be kind of a toss up. I want to keep my mouth shut till next week because I feel like next week we'll definitely have a better kind of visual on the actual strength of both groups to see if this week was a fluke or not. So I'm keeping my
Yeah.
mouth shut.
Yeah, and also for that Wisconsin Throne, we still can't fully count out Sparta or on Alaska. They could always still come back. They both had a couple an outing that maybe they weren't looking for, but they've still got a lot of season left. We know what those groups can do. So
Yeah.
they're still so continue to look out for them. That would not surprise me if they reclaim that throne. It's
Yeah,
top of
but Wisconsin
Wisconsin.
as a whole is just looking really strong.
Yeah, this is the strongest Wisconsin season easily. Like we're 2 weeks in, and I'm saying this, which says
Oh
a
yeah.
lot. Since like
Yeah,
late 2010s, maybe even
For
stronger than
sure.
that. Back when Onalaska and Craig were both like ruling, we're both just like going crazy. But yeah, no, this is look. Wisconsin's in like they're in a great place. They've grown so much, and they're back to being a staple state in show choir. I feel like
definitely. All right, we got 4 minutes. 4
4 minutes.
minutes. Keep those questions coming. That's all we got left, I guess.
We could we we could do our group of the day still. Like,
Let's do it.
let's do it. So, Chris, Courtney, who's your group? I should explain maybe. Group of the day, basically just who is the group that stood out to you, whether it's result wise, whether it's you watched their performance on the stream, just a group that stood out to you today. Who do you got, Chris, Courtney? I'll let you take the helm on
Chris,
here.
go for it.
Okay, all right. I think that my group of the day has to be Gretna East. Gretna East, just they're having a very big like prove it season. Again, like we mentioned, hours ago in the stream, they're a very young group, really only been around for 2 years. Um, and they really had to go out here and prove it. They had to. And they did so against Westside. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. We do know that, Westside has a director change, and there's always going to be a little bit of turbulence as far as that goes. Especially considering how long Doran Johnson was there for. It's a big switch up. Um, but regardless, to get that big win to start the season for Gretna East and to set the tone, I think that's a big result for them, and that might be the biggest result of tonight, which feels like almost insane to say. Um, and then besides that, for groups that I actually watched and saw, I would say Chesterton actually. I watched a little bit of their show. No audio obviously because we were doing the show whilst they were performing, but I thought that choreographically they looked really good, and they come up in with first place. And not the most stacked field, but a field with a lot of good contenders and a lot of groups overall come out first place in a sweep. That's big for them, and I think that they, after a few disappointing and a few solid results last year, they're really on a run here. Um, Especially for a group of their size, I think they're really strong.
I was kind of in and out of the Beaver Creek live stream all day, but the one show that I was able to actually watch full through was Broken Arrow Tiger Rhythm out of the Blue Valley live stream, and they were probably one of the strongest groups that I saw of the day. Um, first competition of the year, and they just came out really strong. They obviously got that second place win, only falling to Johnston. But their show this year is Dorian Gray, I believe. It's yeah, Story of Dorian Gray. their soloist was same one as last year, but she is only a junior, and she got best vocalist out of the whole entire competition over the vocalist of Johnston. She is going to sweep the category this year. But their show is just super strong. The choreography that Braxton and Lexi are able to put on that stage year after year always shocks me. But vocally, visually, I just think that they have a super strong show this year.
Yeah.
Really?
My group of the day, I'm going to say it again, Loveland. I just love it.
Yeah.
I like their show a lot. I think their choreo, they're back. They're back. I just think that's the biggest thing you can say about Loveland right now is that they're back. They took choreo from some of the best groups not Iowa, Ohio. They took choreo from Solon. They took choreo from Noblesville. They took choreo from Hurricane. They beat all those groups out in a big 5-way choreo race. And yeah, I think they're coming back. I think they're coming for that throne in Ohio. I think they have a very strong, very entertaining show this year. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they do when it comes to, especially show choir nationals later in the season.
Definitely.
So, yeah. All right. So, do we have any final remarks before?
It looks like Muscatine is, not even done with our show yet, so
Yeah, we're not
that
getting
ship
those.
unfortunately has sailed. Final thoughts, crazy week of show choir. Yes, Loveland was amazing. I love their bass soloist. Lots of great groups all across. I'm really tired. I chugged this Coke and my social battery is running low, so I'm exhausted in a good way.
Long day of shocking show choir.
Yep, I think the chaos is back.
Yeah,
I was wondering, is this year going to be as chaotic as last year? Are we just going to get a normal year where the status quo is upheld in some way? And no, we're not.
not at
Ever.
all.
This, yeah. So yeah, big week, big chaotic week of show choir. I think really set the tone for better or worse this season. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where this season goes in the future
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
for sure.
All right.
All right, I think
Have a good night. Thank you guys
that
for watching.
Good night.
good
Thank you,
night.
co-host. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's do it.
See you next
See
week.
you guys next
See you for
week.
week 3.